the top 16 teams from Europe and North America. 8 weeks of non-stop Rocket League. Catch every match and stay on top of the latest scores and standings all in one place. This is The Grid. Overtime.
Archer just taking his time, a midfield pass play, and they hit it! Mode again, looking for another reset. We'll get a beast mode! What are you doing?
4 of the top brains in Rocket League will guide you through all the excitement, stories, and upsets.
Yep, the winner sheet's all ready.
These weird
childhood.
I'm going out, I can't talk anymore.
So finally, Ajax will shoot, he scores!
Has the flip, can he get it? Can he get the double one?
And it'll all be streamed live on the official Rocket League Twitch and YouTube channels. The Grid. Overtime.
Welcome into The Grid Overtime. I'm your host, Stax, alongside the other host, Dude with a Nose. Trevor, how you doing today?
I'm doing great today, Stax. How about you?
Doing all right. Still kind of getting over the excitement we had recently with. I'm not talking about the EU regional, whatever. I'm talking about the Peeps becoming the Liquipedia unofficial world champion and your reigning North American grid champs. Aren't you excited, Nose Dude?
Yeah, that's a word for it, I guess. I suppose I'm more looking forward to seeing the look of defeat on your face when they don't live up to that hype, Stax. I'm sorry.
Well, you're going to have to wait a day for that because, of course, we have the group stage on night 1 of the grid, followed by the playoff stage tomorrow night. Group stage last week saw the Peeps not go undefeated. Of course, they were in Envy's group. They were beaten by Envy, beat them in the grand finals the night after. Still the big story from last week, and we talked with Toasty a little bit about it. Jamal Jabari runs the table in Group B, and then they were out in the first round last week.
Yeah, there was some real ups and downs in the previous weeks, and I suppose that makes it a little hard to predict what's going to happen today, but as we can see in the single elimination bracket, Peeps, they did come out on top over Envy. They beat Rogue, they beat G2, bunch of tough opponents just stringing together wins all the way to the grand finals to take it all.
Yeah, and we key in on a lot of specific points from last week, including version 1 making that run that they had. It bumped them all the way from 30 points up to 100, and they're not secure in the top 10 by any means, but you look at where they stand now, and they certainly liken their chances a heck of a lot more than if they were just going, 1 and 2 every week and bombing out in the first or second round. That was a huge win for V1 getting to the semis last week.
Yeah, V1 looking really good. And here you can see, as we're now in week 4 of NA, the final week, these grid point totals, not much more can change after today and tomorrow. Today it's very important to get that good seed, and it'll affect your placement going into tomorrow's bracket, but we do see NRG with a monstrous lead at 362. Peeps in second thanks to their massive performance yesterday at 261 points. Envy just blew that at 220. And Space Station, G2, Rogue, version 1 Sonics, all those on the left side of the leaderboard. And on the right, the team's not doing so hot. KC Pioneers, E United, Pittsburgh Knights, Alpine Esports, then Jamal Jabari, Ghost Gaming, Charlotte Phoenix, and Continuum all the way down at the bottom.
Yeah, there are realistically 3 teams, and maybe even 2 teams, that have a shot at winning the grid outright. Again, you get, quick math, 171 points for going 3-0 in group stage and running the table in the playoffs tomorrow night. So you're looking at, the Peeps, the Peeps certainly have a shot. They're 101 points away. Envy at 142, then it gets to be a little unrealistic because you have to imagine with the group stages that we have this week, NRG probably at least going to get 2 wins out of tonight, maybe even all 3. That'll put them up to 392, and then they just have to have a good day tomorrow, and they will clinch the top spot in the grid for all that is worth. There you see the 4 groups that we'll have. Peeps end up with Space Station, Version 1, and Jamal Jabari. Jamal Jabari, we asked Toasty last week, hey, who do you want in your group if you want to go 3-0 again? He did not list any of these teams, and boy, is he going to have a heck of a time. I mean, that looks like a pretty brutal group over there in Group A.
Yeah, I saw a comment on Reddit that made me laugh. I think any one of these teams in Group A, they could either come in first or last in any tournament. It seems like they've been having some consistency issues, but all these teams, they've shown they have incredibly high peaks. Space Station probably the most expected to come out on top, but Peeps, after looking so strong so recently, they could easily come out in that top spot, possibly with a 3-0, who knows, but Version 1 as well. They looked strong in the previous week, racking up a lot of points to hopefully preserve their grid spot. Maybe not come out on top in this split, however. And Jamal Jabari, they had their kind of one night of fame. I don't see them performing to that same level, so I do expect them to see an 0-3.
Well, we will keep an eye on teams like Jamal Jabari, Alpine, and Pittsburgh Knights, and you can as well, all throughout the night. Obviously, we'll have an eye on them here on this main stream, but you can also watch all 16 of those streams. Find out, where your team is playing, what they're up to, all the entertaining aspects of all of their streams. You get the G2 Watch Party, NRG Mission Control, all the great production value of the streams from like E United or the KC Pioneers. I mean, we've seen, it's almost a broken record at this point. We've seen so many great takes on how to present these grid matchups. You got Lawler and Supersonic up there in the top left with Version 1. I mean, everything is just so entertaining. Rogue HQ with Spaceman, we keep checking in with him constantly, and it is just an absolute delight to just kind of listen in and just see what's on Spaceman's mind. I mean, you could really go down the rabbit hole if you just check his Twitter, watch Rogue HQ. It is always a good time. And of course, the always professional Johnny Boy with Space Station's Mission Control. It's always fun to watch Space Station and NRG go head to head, because the Battle of Mission Control, Battle of Supremacy, and NRG has they've made that kind of a one-sided thing lately.
Yeah, I mean, all of the streams, they have their own personality and quirks and characters. I think we've always been talking about Spaceman with Rogue. He's just such an incredible person to listen to. If you're looking for more typical commentary, maybe not Spaceman style, but in terms of pure entertainment, he's off the charts.
Yeah, if I ever want to listen to Rocket League commentary, my first choice is never Spaceman either. Don't tell him I said that. I love the guy. So again, what is the grid? It's very simple. This is, if you joined us in the fall, you might remember, wow, there was Rocket League every single week. We had a grid every week. There were 9 weeks of it. Not the case this time around. In the winter, just 4 grids, and as you saw from those graphics, this is week number 4 of the North American grid. So it all comes to a head here tonight and tomorrow night. And we mentioned teams like Alpine and the Pittsburgh Knights. They're under that 10th spot right now. If you get into the top 10, you retain your spot for the grid in the spring split. If you can get into the top 6, then you have kind of an extra path to the NA Winter Major. If you don't make it on regional points, then the top 6 from the grid, the highest placing team in the grid in the top 6 that does not qualify for the major in regional points gets into the major. Now, at some point, I will get better at describing that. But basically, what you need to do is get into the top 10 first. Then you want to make sure you're in the top 6. And at that point, you're good, because you're not going to catch NRG.
Yeah, that's going to be quite the tough task. I think most of these teams, as you mentioned earlier, there's only about 3 fighting for that number 1 spot. The rest of them just fighting to hang on to their grid spot and maybe have a better go next split. But I think one of the teams I really want to see have a strong week to really solidify themselves as perhaps one of the better teams in North America is Rogue. They've newly picked up a member to replace Kronovi, that being Taroko. and it's had its ups and downs, mostly ups, and I just want to see them grow a little more, be a little bit stronger as a team, because all three of those players, Turinturo, First Killer, and Toroku, incredibly strong players in their own rights, and I do think it's just a matter of building experience and building the chemistry little by little, and they can definitely be one of the most terrifying teams in North America.
Well, Rogue is certainly going to... They have a good chance to look really good in this first round. The Charlotte Phoenix have struggled this entire winter split. NRG up against Continuum. They should not have much difficulty with them. Peeps version 1 should be very entertaining. Space Station, Jamal Jabari. You can flip a coin with JJ. Who knows what you're going to get out of them. Those are our matchups in this opening round. Again, that's groups A and B playing in the first round. Then in the second and third round, it's all absolute chaos because all 16 teams will be playing. There'll be 8 different feeds on your screen at times. You saw that 4 box we had a moment ago. That'll be 8 in the middle 2 rounds, and then the final round, the 4th hour, round 4, just be group C and D closing out the night. That is basically what the second and third hours are going to look like. Those are all 8 of the teams that you will see in this opening round. And again, different casters for each stream. There is something for everyone in the grid, and we will try to hit all of those streams as this first round goes on.
Yeah, and I mean, as you could see there, so many streams to keep track of. That's why we're centralizing it all here. We're going to be bringing you guys the highlights of each game. If there's an overtime, we're going to try our absolute best to focus on that and give you guys a good glimpse at all the important pieces of all the games. Not try and miss out on too many impactful plays, because it is a lot of Rocket League and we're just trying to centralize it all here. But if you're more interested in, say, G2 stream, Athena is streaming their entire journey throughout the grid. If you're interested in the Peeps, they have their own stream, so on and so forth for every one of these teams.
Yeah, so if you want to see those cutaways, there's a way you can summon overtime. Like this has been proven in chat.
Yes.
We have tested this scientifically. For the low price of 920 channel points, that comes out to like 500 points Canadian. You too can get the old RLCS OT emote. If you spam that over and over and over again, I guarantee games will go into overtime. It happens every single time. I will prove it. Like, I will go, just copy the emote a bunch of times. And now within the next 5 minutes, we're going to have an overtime. It'll probably be this version 1 Peeps game, to be honest.
Yeah, you say that. Oh my goodness, Gimmick. That was almost gorgeous. The OT emote almost tying up the game immediately. I think you're off to a good start, Stats.
I'm telling you, it's science. You can't argue with this.
Yeah, I mean, if only chat had spammed a little harder, Gimmick scores that. It's a montage-worthy goal, but alas, chat, get your head in the game. You gotta spam it a little harder.
See, already, we've got it going. We've got a nice little train of RLCS OT emotes going, and the pressure is on as version 1 looking to get a quick equalizer. I mean, we know we're going to get a tie game here anyway, so this is all just entertainment theater at this point. But this is kind of how it starts with the grid. There's so much action going on constantly. You've got this one game going on here. As other games go on, we will bring those to you as well. You can catch them all right here. Go to the individual streams. This is over here on twitch.tv/version1GG. Then you got the Arsenal exhibition going on over with Space Station and Jamal Jabari. Just a lot going on here with the grid.
Yeah, the game on the left side of your screen, as we mentioned, in Group A, those teams have been almost plagued by inconsistencies. I mean, both of these are Group A matchups. Any team can come out on top of each other, but I think for the Space Station Jamal Jabari match, it's a little, rather a lot less likely for Jamal Jabari to come out on top. They've shown that their peaks are up there with the rest of North America, but it's a matter of uncovering those peaks and reaching those heights that they seem to have trouble with. And with that, Space Station, they do take that early lead, and they'll probably hold on to that for the rest of this match.
One would have to imagine. I mean, that is typical NA, though, right? I mean, every team's highs are just up to the sky. We've seen teams with incredible pop-off potential, like a team like Jamal Jabari, but that consistency is what separates teams like Envy, Space Station, NRG, the Peeps, okay, that's stretching it, from teams like the Peeps and Jamal Jabari, etc., etc.
I mean, I'm sorry to derail a little bit. Did chat stop spamming OT? Because Peeps got another.
They did get another goal. And yes, I look over there and there's one lone RLCS OT emoji. Just one.
That's a sad sight.
They ran out of gas.
What are the V1 fans doing? You know, you got to put in an equal amount of effort. There they go. We egged them on, and now V1, they're back in the game.
It's because Furtive put one in there. See, when Furtive speaks, everybody listens.
Now,
Furtive, for those who don't know, is he's also involved in the back end here on this show. Also one of the RLCS admins. So you know when the stream isn't starting on time and you're getting all angsty and you're like, start the game, blame Furtive.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It's maybe not the nicest thing to say to the man who can speak in our ears and ruin our nights, but we'll go with it.
He's a teddy bear. He would never do such a thing. and besides, in all honesty, most of the time when there's a delay on the stream, it's the players. So we are almost through the opening games here, still waiting for version 1 to tie this game up, which will inevitably happen because, again, science is proven. There we go. See, of course. I mean, chat's undefeated.
Without a doubt. And something I just wanted to maybe refresh everyone's memory of, when V1 popped off last week, it was Torment grabbing goal after goal after goal. It was unbelievable. Maybe they're off to a similar start here with Calm and Torment picking up early goals in the night.
What is going on with the Rogue overlay? I assure you they are not in overtime.
No, they're just keeping the ball up right now.
Yeah,
hasn't bounced yet.
Yeah, they're giving the ball up as it's rolling and bouncing along the ground. I'm sure, you know, that's Spaceman territory over there. So anything that's wrong with Rogue HQ, just go ahead and blame Spaceman. We do all the time, even if nothing is his fault. Oh, that's a mistake.
Ooh, let's go, Alraz.
Yeah.
What happened here? Oh, all Alraz. Let's go.
Yeah, all Alraz. Not the whiff coming across the face of the Rogue net or anything like that.
That's just the immense pressure that Charlotte Phoenix exude on their opponents. It forces mistakes like that, Stacks. Don't you watch professional Rocket League? You gotta know this by now.
Well, you've been spamming that RLCS OT emote enough, and look at this. We may indeed have an overtime. Peeps and version 1. It's almost like somebody called this here. Why don't we listen in over on the version 1 side as V1 and Peeps battle in our first RLCS OT of the night.
Keep this one alive. It's passing the midfield. Calm there. Can he get a touch? It's a flick. It's on target. It's 0-second goal. Version 1 steals game number 1.
We get the 0-second goal, not something that we're typically the ones doing. We usually have to wait to OT to get these done. Calm wants nothing to do with that. Gonna take it himself. Nice little flick over the...
Did you guys stop spamming? Come on.
That's what we call baited. Well, in typical Peeps fashion, they let me down again. Your unofficial world champions in a battle with version 1 as that first game, and Space Station Gaming takes their opening game with Jamal Jabari as well. Still no clue what in the world is going on with Rogue and the Charlotte Phoenix. We just know we think Charlotte's leading in that game.
If my math is correct.
Yeah, we'll have to go to our sideline reporter later.
Oh, Oh, it seems like they added Rogue and Phoenix right now. Not quite Phoenix. Oh, there it is. There's Phoenix. All right.
Oh boy. Well, and eventually they might even put a score and some time up there.
We'll see how that goes. However, V1 and Peeps, they got their second game started pretty quickly, and ooh, dangerous pinch coming out in the midfield towards the V1 net.
Have NRG and Continuum really not started yet?
Yeah, I mean, James and Daz, you know them. They love talking. They don't even want to watch the game. They're just talking. It's Talk It League.
Uh-huh. I bet they are... I bet they're just plugging the daylights out of Visine. Like, we just got to get all the sponsor time. Please, hold the lobby. Hold the lobby. We can't start yet. We haven't given Visine their 5 minutes of fame yet. Come on.
I'm sure that's exactly what it is. In there,
like
in the bottom right,
timeout.
We can see a working overlay. It is 1-0 for Charlotte Phoenix with a minute 30 on the clock against Rogue. Not the result I expected to see, especially after I was hyping up Rogue, saying, oh, you know, they could be the most dangerous team in NA. They just got to work out some stuff. Well, maybe this is what they have to work out, losing to Charlotte Phoenix in their first game of the grid here.
You know it's going to be a real entertaining stream. This got to be Jorby's first week doing Continuum, right? He's been
so.
I think he's just been doing EU with Triple Trouble. Which, the irony, after he dunked on them and dunked on my pride for Triple Trouble, all of a sudden, yeah, Jorby's doing Triple Trouble streams now, which we'll catch them later on as well. All mid TV for the Continuum stream with Jorby and K Factor. When eventually they say that series could be a sweep, and it might still be the last one that finishes in round one.
Yeah, you just gotta wait for the players to be ready, you know, the absolute divas that they are. Mm-hmm. But Space Station, they're off to a decent start in game 2. First game started a little slower. I believe it was 1-0 until like a minute left on the clock, but now it's 1-0 with only a minute gone on the clock. So hopefully they can rack up a few more goals. They'll end their series relatively quickly and without too much pain, unless you are Jamal Jabari, in which case, a lot of pain.
A lot of pain on the Rogue side as well, unless they can equalize here with the Charlotte Phoenix, and doesn't look like they're going to after that little double commit in the corner, but they're at least going to keep the ball in the air, give themselves a chance. I mean, they're in no way, right? Oh, not with that touch. Never mind.
It is.
So Charlotte Phoenix takes game 1. Imagine having an overlay that had the score. Thank you, Charlotte.
But yeah, we can see at the bottom it is 1-0 for Charlotte Phoenix and 1-0 for Peeps over V1 as well, but that's just the game score. V1, they are up in the series. Peeps looking to tie it up though with half the game gone, and NRG and Continuum finally getting started. We'll see which NRG shows up to play today. They have had a few issues in the past. Uncharacteristic issues, I might add.
Well, you know, after that long media timeout, I imagine the players are very antsy to get onto the field, so we'll see what the nerves are like for Continuum and NRG. Again, Bob last week playing in his first event as a pro, and he opened some eyes, didn't quite make a name for himself like we all tried to get him to, you know, hit some stylish triple taps or anything like that, but that will come with time, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Jamal Jabari, half the game left. They're tying up that game against Space Station. Looks like it's not going to be so easy for Reddles and company, but we'll see how the rest of the game goes. Still plenty of time for Space Station to perhaps assert their dominance or completely lose control of it. LJ trying to go for an air dribble, gets a bump instead.
Yeah, this is where, you know, the action definitely picks up now that all 4 matches are going, finally. And, yeah, you just, it's so tough to keep an eye on everything that's happening. You know, you start kind of keying in on one match where you look down at Jamal Jabari almost taking the lead over Space Station, and then you're at risk of missing something like what happened in the Peeps version 1 match where Peeps have scored to go up 2-1. You know, it's just, and then Taroko scores down the bottom right. I mean, you just gotta work your way around counterclockwise, and eventually you get a goal. Except Continuum and NRG are just gonna leave us hanging.
Yeah, I believe Gyro was the one picking up the goal for the Peeps, and Rogue finally coming alive in game 2. They're up by 2 in only just around 30 seconds. My goodness, that is not the game 2 you want to start with if you're Charlotte Phoenix. You know, you scrape together a win, just barely hang on to the lead for the whole game, and I mean, game 2, not the start you want whatsoever.
NRG finally does give us that goal, so they made us wait for it, and then Gimmick scores, LJ up on the top left, so all of a sudden Jamal Jabari accidentally has a lead over Space Station Gaming, and buckle up, here we go again.
No. That Space Station goal, that's maybe not the most earned goal. Sipical on his back wall, trying to clear it across the net, but somehow puts it into his own net. I don't even know how he found that angle, but he did.
I think more so in the grid than in the regionals, you also see some of the more wild mechanical stuff, right? I mean, we've seen, I guess we saw it in the EU region as well, but I mean, you see like the ceiling pitches come out. You see a lot of, you actually see a lot of pinch goals, let's be honest. That's, players feel more comfortable going for it, especially the ones that are more secure in their regional points, right? Because they're not, okay, you know, the grid, sure, there's money on the line, but you know, you can kind of mess around and experiment with things. Version 1 and the Peeps coming down to the wire again. Will we actually have overtime over on the Version 1 stream? Oh, no. I thought it was a sure thing, but here comes Version 1 again. There's no way. Okay, we've got overtime. Let's listen in.
Unfortunately, the shot is good, but not enough time. We have overtime in game number 2.
OT here. Kick things off on the second round after we had a near OT. And number 1, Torment through the corner. Tries to get the bump. Couldn't get enough of a touch on Gyro. Follow-up shots there. But, of course, AJ in free space is always in front of the ball. Being a nuisance as always. Over to Gimmick. Looking to hit that one off the side wall to the back wall where AJ will be there to clear it out.
The touch in the midfield does fall in the lap of Common with 100 boosts. We've seen what he can do. This one he's not able to get behind and win the 50, but still a good challenge. Keeps it in the Peeps half. Goes in the midfield. Going to have to be a pre-jump from Torment. Uses that second jump to put a little bit of power, make it awkward. This one dropping down and good effort as well. Paired with the demo. Might be a little bit dangerous as Calm trying to work his way back into the rotation. Going to try to go for some possession. This Torment almost has a second touch, but again, efforts on the defensive half from the Peeps. Keep it neutral. AJ
I love this evolution we've been watching in Torment. Like that's just not what I'm used to seeing Torment do. That chase on the ball. One coming across, you have 3 on the right side. Tries to shoot to the left to give Torment an opportunity at that shot, but not ready for it.
You can see them trying to just further give an advantage. You've got a player who's on the ball, plenty of possession, plenty of boost, and you just see a guy come sweeping through. He's supposed to be the one to follow up, but instead he comes in and tries to go for bumps and demos to just further extrapolate an offense. As it's bumps and demos, and Torment just barely missing.
Did Luke get a jump out of that?
Yeah, I mean, I would too. I mean, there's things on the line, you know?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Demo, AJ flicks it up high. Luckily, 2 defenders, and still manages to get a bump on the last one. It's in the midfield, and unfortunate as the low boost here from Version 1 could be extremely dangerous as bump and demo game coming out. Luckily, good touch from Torment. Pops it up high into the midfield. We already have one waiting on the back wall. Trying to let the play develop, and this is where that panic starts to set, but you can see the patience. Not trying to get into an awkward situation, just waiting for it to develop, making sure that they have the best touch possible. Let them come to us, pass on the midfield. Nobody there. Both players trying to get some boost. As a double commit on offense. This is that chaos I'm talking about, Peeps. Not afraid of the consequence. As a neutral 50 and a great angle from Torment to get behind that. I'm just slapping his car in front of it, but now you can see the Peeps looking at Hunter for demos. Could have been an opportunity, but Torment and Calm trying to work together. Off the back, Gimmick comes flying in, and our admin is really excited about something in the settings. I don't know what's going on. Something happened, and he's like, oh god, and he like smacked his keyboard, and he's like, oh shoot.
It's one of those.
Maybe he dropped
now
his
we have to figure
laptop.
out what the now we got to figure out what the storyline is. He just spilled his coffee. I'm not sure what went wrong, but you know, something. Up early there is Calm to try and meet that one at the ceiling. That's going to be a pinch back off of Gimmick. Torment on the back line, able to make the save there, and Calm should be able to try and bring this one out as he 50s it against AJ.
That's a
Dead
great
stop
play.
and looks to bring it out. Just behind Gimmick, though, not ready for it.
You may not recognize how big of a deal that is, but by Calm not playing that one quickly, it allows a little bit of extra time for his teammates, and it neutralizes AJ. If AJ gets a good touch, that pinches towards the net, and we're in trouble. So great heads-up play, not afraid to slow it down, and you can see it. Trying to just force any of these defenders to commit while the boys trying to get a little bit more boost. It's going to be Torment that comes sweeping in, and up to Kama as the last man back. He's going to have to pop this one high. Could be a dangerous angle, but luckily goes to the side.
Scare me every
4
time.
minutes into overtime. Almost a full extra play.
Nice challenge from Calm there. 50 that one to the side wall. Popped up by Gyro. Up early to force the high shot
no.
as Torment bounces it back in front of the net. Calm able to make the save. Shot from AJ. Calm there once again. Whew. Little bit of chaos on the line. Weather the storm and still here. Gimmick, you can tell is itching to go into ball chase. You can see him wanting that. You can see every fiber of that car just trying to jump up and try and get to that ball
Jumping
somehow.
backwards, air roll being held as always. I'm just like always waiting for it. Oh, pass opportunity.
Nice pass.
Off the backboard, shot on target. Of course, AJ maybe trying to go for a demo here, but it's going to pinch all the way back. A big clear up high. Gyro waiting. Wins into the midfield, and with that, 5 minutes into overtime, we're essentially now entering game number 4.
Gyro's a booming shot. Ooh, Torment. Actually, nice read from Torment to get up early for that one. And pass to the sidewall to Calm, who's just going to try and boom it downfield. Nobody back, but they will make it in time.
Big game here, not only for momentum's sake, but also version 1 takes this one. It puts them at match point. After a long overtime, it really does start to take a toll, but you ask any of the players, none of them are really aware of how long it's been. They're so focused on just not making one mistake. They understand it only takes one, and that's kind of the lethality of Rocket League. Or unless you score a goal, it does not matter. Such opportunity, trying to fake it. A good decision, but not able to capitalize. There's almost another minute of gameplay goes on by. It's paired with a demo, possibly in front of the net. Just can't recover in time, but version 1 with a good opportunity. Being a bully on Illusion does intercept the ball, but it falls in the lap of AJ. Gonna have to get up and challenge this one quickly. Off the ceiling, can he get a second touch? No, it's gonna be a shot, and it is wide. So Gimmick with possession. Being challenged by Illusion, he does get past one. Gonna let it for his teammate. Touch over, it's up high, pass possibly down, it's not there. And all 3 players from version 1 needing to be careful not to overcommit. Actually, a bump on the defender is gonna send version 1 back towards their net. So should be able to recover on this one. As back and forth yet again we go. And what a match it's been. Pass up.
Down to Calm.
Trying to go for those fakes so much.
Both teams starting to speed up, looking for counter-attack goals here. Again, you were saying, you know, they don't even notice how long they've been in here, and I'm just thinking back to when we were talking to Gimmick, and they had, what did they have in fall? A 13-minute OT?
Too long.
On one of them. It was something like 13 minutes and change, and I remember asking me, he was just like, oh, it was that long? No, we didn't even notice till after the game. Just like, I can't not see the clock when I play. Maybe that's why I'm not any good. Shot opportunity there through the demo. Couldn't see what was going on, but it does end up getting saved away by Illusion.
We do talk about the solo plays and the benefits that they provide. Trying to draw out this defense, and you saw it there. Saw his teammate had possession, full control with an air dribble. So that player who's waiting across for a pass decides, you know what, heck that. I'm going for demos, trying to open it up. Tries to get one on AJ, tries to look at another one. It does end up connecting, I think, Illusion on the back end. Another 2.5 minutes of
What a
gameplay.
touch from Calm.
Good pass down. This one's going to drop straight down. Unfortunate for Calm, who was reading heavily. Does not end up working out. A good counterattack play here for the Peeps. Into the midfield, and good read by Torment. That one looked like it would have been dangerous if he doesn't. But it's a demo on the back end. It's an open net. Can he get the solo play? A flick opportunity. He fakes it. And it pinches back the other way. Just trying to do anything in the defense of both sides. Until this one, a shot from Illusion goes in 8:05 and Peeps tie up the series.
Oh, long, hard-fought loss here in game 2 as the Peeps, after we get it.
8 minutes and 5 seconds. Oh, boy. Like I said, there's totally a chance that NRG Continuum match is a sweep. It's still the last match of the day. Unless version 1 and the Peeps decide to play 8+ minutes of OT. Whew.
Yeah, that was a lengthy one. And during the OT, and as you can see now in the bottom right continuum, they took a game over NRG. Looks like NRG, they're probably gonna tie up the series with their current 1-goal advantage with 15 seconds left, but that's not quite what we expected, but it is, sad to say, in line with the NRG we've seen recently.
What was the stat last week? We were talking about the Peeps and overtime. They played like 26 minutes of OT in their playoff run last week. Longer than any team I think has played in a single day of RL Esports. That's insane. And they almost had an overtime in game 1. They just had that abomination of an OT in game 2. There's still plenty more to go in this series, and that's their first match of tonight.
Yeah, maybe they just love playing Rocket League. They don't like winning so much, but, you know, they'll send every game to overtime.
So what all did we miss during all of that? You just saw NRG has tied up the series with Continuum, as we kind of got the word in our ears before, like, hey, we may have NRG and Continuum going to overtime after this. After this, funny thought. And then we get like a minute later, hey, what if I told you Continuum instead won that game 3-1?
Yeah, and
that's the kind of night we're having.
3 goals from, I believe it was Astro. That is a wicked performance, and Taroko finding the spot to make that 3-0. 13 seconds left. Doesn't look like Rogue is having too much issue with this Charlotte Phoenix series anymore. They seem to be a little warmed up in the night, and wow, AJ, is that just a miss on the... Oh, I see. Wow, what a clear. Oh my goodness. Nobody home for version 1.
Full power. And law.exe, Turinturo is at it again over at the Rogue stream. You notice now they just got the in-game scoreboard up there and just the logos, Rogue and Charlotte. I imagine they are having what we call technical difficulties, almost making it 5 in the opening game, as law.exe is running wild. Rogue up in that series. Things starting to return maybe to normal after Charlotte Phoenix had a shutout victory in game 1.
Yeah, you say returning to normal, but Jamal Jabari, they're up by 3 in their game against Space Station Gaming 25 seconds into the match.
Everything here is normal. Everything's normal. Nothing wrong with this whatsoever. Calm, just getting in there in the upper 90 against the Peeps version 1, trying to come back there. NRG is in front. Yeah, NRG's been continuing. Everything's normal. There's nothing going on out of the ordinary down on the bottom left of your screen. 30 seconds in, and they're up 3. That's insane.
Yeah, that is gotta be some unfortunate goals and some careless defense. However, you gotta, as quick as the lead comes, it goes just as fast. It's now 3-1 in favor of Jamal Jabari. Arsenal trying to shrink that lead bit by bit, and there's 4 minutes left. There's plenty of time for Space Station to take this game back.
Just unreal what's going on over there. There's no defense being played in game 4, a game that Jamal Jabari has to win if they've got to maximize their points this week to try and get into that top 10. You thought, after they went 3-0 last week, all right, cool, 30 points. We could build on this. We're going to get a ton. We're going to have like that version 1-esque run where we climb up the standings, get out of the bottom 6 spots, and then they were swept in the opening round by Alpine, who we will see later on tonight. Continuum trying to hang around on our stream for a little bit in this opening round. They've tied things up with NRG, and NRG is they have had a rough go of it in 2021.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just kind of the player break, letting them get a little too rusty. NRG, they have been having a struggle and a half against some of these teams that they'd be expected to easily beat with their hands tied behind their back. But Astro finding the far post, perfectly placed, and none of the NRG defense able to contest the shot. Another one put on net. It's looking a little dicey for NRG right now, shot after shot.
Points are going to be at a premium here. We look at that middle of the pack, that that 9 through 12 spot, as teams try to battle for the top 10. But also, we do have our eyes on the top 2, with Peeps battling with version 1, NRG stuck in quite the struggle with Continuum right now. Peeps at least have a fighting shot at taking the top spot in the grid if they have a great week, and if NRG stumbles again. So there'll be a little bit of scoreboard watching over the next 28 hours.
Yeah, and something I just noticed in that Charlotte Phoenix Rogue game, the score for Charlotte Phoenix, that was Relly, I believe. He's standing in for Shadow against Rogue. Wow. So he's making a decent impact so quickly. However, Ziroko taking that goal right back with one of his own.
You see Torment's face on the version 1 side. You're gonna see that that replay graphic quite a bit, I would imagine, for version 1. Torment has been on fire over the past few days of competition that version 1 has seen. And you'll see probably a lot of Tristan's smiling face on the E United stream when we bring them in for the second and third rounds. Peeps are not out of the woods here yet, though. Version 1 has had some, we're going to make up a word here, comeback ability.
Yeah, that's a good word, I suppose. V1, they're looking very strong recently, and a lot of that, I think, is due to Torment just getting out of his own half. He's playing a lot more aggressive, playing a lot more in your face. It's almost kind of reminiscent of maybe peak Gimmick, just not given any time and space to those opponents, and it's paying off in dividends for V1. They are looking like a brand new team in these last couple of weeks and taking down some names pretty handily. However, that's not the case against the current Peep squad. They've also been looking very good, but it's a lot better than the V1 we've seen in the past, and I'm happy to see it.
So the Peeps do take the series lead against version 1. NRG has turned that game completely on its head. They were playing from behind. They score to tie it up. I think it was Garrett, and then they add another immediately. So we were looking at maybe an overtime watch in the last minute between Continuum and NRG down in the bottom right. Not so much. Now Continuum on the back foot, and their heads have to be spinning right now with how quickly this game has turned around.
Yeah, and Jamal Jabari, they tie up the series 2-2 apiece. It's gone to game 5 after they win that. 3-1, I believe, was the scoreline. That is a lot better than I would have expected coming into this, and kind of the theme of Group A that we said coming into this, any of these teams can either place in first or last in any given tournament, depends who shows up. Jamal Jabari looking like one of their stronger selves today.
Yeah, congratulations, Space Station Gaming won the final 4.5 minutes of that game. The problem is the 3 goals they gave up in the first 30 seconds as Rogue pours it on, NRG pours it on, and NRG up in the series. Rogue is about to finish their series with Charlotte Phoenix. You mentioned Relly subbing in for Shadow today, and if they weren't struggling enough, Shadow's a big part of what the Charlotte Phoenix have been able to accomplish over the past calendar year, honestly. You go all through 2020. We knew how good Shadow was at the end of 2019. And with him not on the field, Charlotte Phoenix is a different team. And Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, but they've at times put up a fight against Rogue in this game. It's this result isn't too different than the results with
You're
Shadow,
right.
if we're being
You're
honest
right.
with ourselves.
You are
so, it's hard to say. Gyro, however, grabbing a goal of his own minute into that game against V1, and Peeps, they have match point right now, so getting scored on first, not what V1 want to see.
Yeah, without Shadow, they're losing 4-1 instead of 4-3, basically, is what's going on there. As Rogue going to kick off the day with a bang. They're the first match to wrap up. And maybe that NRG Continuum match, by some fluke, will not be the last match of the day to wrap up. Though if these score lines hold, at least on the Peeps side, then that would, in fact, be the case. We'll see what happens with Jamal Jabari and Space Station Gaming in Game 5, and almost a lead for Jamal Jabari.
I've just been watching this V1 Peep series in the top left. It is so back and forth, a lot of goal line saves, a lot of risky and just brave challenges coming out. Big air dribble. I believe that was AJ. Who else pulling off that air dribble, putting it in the top left, even getting bumped in the air, I think. Yeah, Torment. Oh no, that is unfortunate.
Yeah,
bumping AJ into the ball, placing it top right on his own net. That is tragic for V1.
What is Spaceman doing?
I've been trying to ignore it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what that guy is doing. Oh my!
And we get the word specifically in our ear. Oh, he's out. Like, oh, he was out, all right. He was out. Oh boy. Well, of all the things that have ever happened, that was certainly one of them. Peeps are closing in on a victory in Game 4, but they've still got a lot of time to go. Space Station in front, trying to close out that series in 5. NRG trying to close out Continuum in 4, and up now 2-0 on the vast underdogs Continuum.
Man, NRG up 2-0 now over Continuum, as you mentioned. They've I just want to talk a little more about NRG, as all these games are kind of in the earlier stages.
You want to talk about NRG? All right, tell me
See,
more.
I don't. This is not going to be a positive talk about NRG.
Okay.
It's been disappointing to watch them after this player break. You know, all of the players, Squishy, Garrett, Justin, they are almost pillars of consistency in the scene. At least they were until now. It's been a little shocking and a little unnerving as an NRG fan to see them struggle so much, especially in their last couple of weeks, since their opponents haven't been the best in North America. You know, it's not like they've been dropping games to Space Station, they've been dropping games to Envy. It's been dropping games to Continuum and Jamal Jabari. It's been a little disappointing.
Yeah, NRG not blowing teams away as they were for much of the fall split. So is it time to make a roster change now that they're not beating everybody by 5 goals every game?
Of course, it's North America. That's what you gotta do.
I think drop Squishy and put Dude with the Nose back on the roster. I just
wouldn't
don't think
love
I don't think he got a fair shake the first time around. Oh, what a bump! What a bump! Torment scores to give version 1 the lead in a game they have to win. But boop.
Oh man, you were talking about V1's comeback ability, in your words. There it is, put on display.
Yeah, 99 seconds to go for the Peeps to get back into that game. All right, we'll see. I mean, that's been a back and forth series up in the top left. It would not surprise me at all to see it go 5. Would surprise me at the start of the night if you told me Jamal Jabari and Space Station would go 5. But Game 5 is winding down with about 34 seconds to go. And, that was your chance.
Opportunity.
I mean, you had a guy in the net, but I think he tried too hard to avoid him.
Yeah, the shot just going too far left of the goal, hitting off the post and out. You were gonna want that shot back. It's so much time. You weren't ready for the ball to be out front, which is fair. That was very unexpected. but still, you're down by one, so little time left, you gotta go all in on offense.
Oh, another chance, and they
There it
tie it.
is.
LJ has just about forced overtime with 1 second left, and I would imagine we should probably head on over, and this would be on Toasty's side for Jamal Jabari and Space Station Gaming OT Game 5. Let's go.
Game 5, overtime.
Just unlucky calling it. Just 1 second off, saying we scored 0 seconds. You are the big winner of the predicting when the goal happens game. But now here we are, Game 5 overtime with Space Station Gaming. Krasix up to the backboard. Reynolds with a big clear. And now into the corner. LJ's gonna send it up the wall. Toasty up in the air, on net. Arsenal having trouble.
Krasix! What a save!
Difficult with the save of a
Toasty!
lifetime. Down and out, and Jamal Jabari just a couple inches away, and Reynolds again cuts the angle. And how often can SSG pull this off? Surely they're running out of magic eventually.
Krasix! There it is!
Take it away, I can't talk anymore.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen! That's 3 for 3 in the top 3. Jamal Jabari knocks them all down. Envy went first. NRG last week, and now Space Station Gaming drops. Jamal Jabari looking like their day 1, week 3 selves once again. Wow. This is exactly...
Wow. What a finish. I mean, both of us were just like, no, how did that not go in? Whoa, they did it again. And finally, like, 3rd or 4th time's the charm for Jamal Jabari. They come back from down 3-1 in the 2-1 in the series, and they knock off Space Station Gaming. Well, it's gonna be another wild ride.
Yeah, the tweet I sent before the stream went live, the script, there is none. None of these results make sense. Seems like this week it's gonna be no different. Jamal Jabari taking down Space Station Gaming in Game 5. That was an outrageous series of events leading to that final goal. It was shot off the crossbar, posted out. A weird miss in the midfield, faking a Space Station defender, and then Krasix with the fake under the final Space Station player to find that empty net. It was ridiculous to watch it all unfold.
And as things wind down on the top right, the Continuum boys not having a good time with NRG. They took the opening game with a late flurry, and then they get a nice little... Is that an own goal? Yeah, that was an own goal. Okay. I was like, that is the coolest Continuum goal we've seen in a while. Oh, it was Justin into his own net.
That explains it.
Best goal Aeon's ever scored. So, NRG takes game 4, right? Game 4? Yeah, there we go. They didn't put the 3rd little tick on their side, but we do, as we have it down there. 3-1 NRG over Continuum. That means we got 1 series remaining. Version 1 and the Peeps. Another one that has gone to Game 5, and it is for the Liquipedia unofficial World Championship of the World, Nose Dude. Oh, that... Wait, what do we got here?
What's going on here?
We got a little, replay review? This is
some replay review from Johnny, it seems. Oh, from Rogue.
Okay. All right.
That was interesting.
NA production,
Oh, my
ladies and
goodness.
gentlemen. we got one more day of this too with the grid. By the way,
Ooh.
after things wrap up here, we gotta highlight something that's going on tomorrow night as well. As Version 1 and the Peeps are playing us out here in our first hour. We'll start that second round at the top of the hour, hopefully, unless the Peeps in Version 1 happen to go, 20 minutes of OT. So Yeah, so why don't we touch on it right now? Because why not? We have nothing better to talk about while we try to unbreak the stream that froze over there. If you head over to TK Breezy on Twitter, you'll see a nice little announcement. The Smash commentator is going to come join us for tomorrow night on the grid. So we'll finally add a little class and talent to this show and not just have our ugly mugs on the screen the whole time. So super excited about that because, I think a lot of Rocket League casters I know are big fans of Smash. We've heard TK Breezy a number of times, and getting to share the screen with him tomorrow is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it'll be very entertaining. Ever since I found out about this little crossover, I've been very excited to work with TK Breezy. He's just such a legend in all of esports and the fighting game community. It's going to be a fantastic show we hope to put on. And now, minute 30 on the clock for Peeps versus V1. Peeps, they're up by 1-0 in Game 5, so everything is now on the line for this series. In V1, they've got to make that comeback happen quickly.
I'm just happy to have somebody on the show who knows what they're doing in front of the camera.
I see how it is, Stacks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude,
I'll remember that.
You put 12k points on Envy last week.
Who wouldn't? Come on. That was ridiculous.
Me?
Stacks, come on.
I didn't.
That was an irrational bet. You got lucky. We can do it again tomorrow. I still got... I did go all in on Envy. Maybe I don't have any more points.
Yeah. I still got 500 channel points I can put on it. Yeah, okay. Good job there, Nose Dude. Meanwhile, some of us, we made out like bandits. I'm up around 100k now. Like I'm feeling good. I'm ready to throw the house behind the Peeps tomorrow when they get to the grand finals.
Yeah, 100k points. That's a lot of RLCS OT emotes.
That it. Well, I don't need to spend the points on them now. I subbed. I'm like, let's just, I don't need it for one day. Like I'll spam that emote everywhere, except not right now because while y'all might want to see some overtime, I am quite content with this score line remaining exactly as it is.
No.
Spike it. There we go. There we go. Just take a knee. Peeps win. They retain and defend their Liquipedia unofficial world championship. They only have that one just lengthy 8-minute overtime in their second game. Probably still the first of many OTs we will see out of the Peeps, however.
That was a very close series, and I expected that to be one of the more aggressive and fast-paced games of the night. V1 and Peeps, they're both in great form right now. Peeps coming out on top, but just barely. That was a very entertaining series to watch, and in terms of their future series tonight and perhaps tomorrow, I'm very much so looking forward to both V1 and the Peeps and how those future matchups unfold.
Well, that is how the first round unfolded with, of course, Jamal Jabari riding a 4-match group stage winning streak right now, and the Peeps getting their first win, first of probably 3. We'll see. NRG off on the right foot after they struggled early with Continuum. Rogue did exactly the same with the Charlotte Phoenix, and you see those 8 teams down at the bottom, groups C and D. We will see them throughout the rest of the night. Groups C and D will take over in rounds 2 and 3, and then they will take center stage. They'll be the only groups playing as we close out the night in hour 4. So we will take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to have that second round. All 16 teams will be in action in the final week of the grid, coming back as overtime continues after this.
Okay, somebody clip this. Can we get a clip? Oh my goodness, what a save!
But sliding it right on in, are you kidding me, Rodoko?
Oh my God! Unbelievable! The defense crumbles
to overtime.
Welcome back to the Grid Overtime, North American Edition, final week of the North American Grid. We're in group stage right now, Stacks alongside Dude with the Nose, as we have had one round down, 3 to go. Our second round, Nose Dude, figures to be an absolute banger.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. A lot more teams getting involved as we do see Group C and D getting started. It's going to be in Group C, G2, United, Knights, Ghost Gaming, and in Group D, Envy, Sonics, KC, Pioneers, and Alpine Esports. I'm that Group D. I like how it's looking.
Yeah, Group D it's going to be a fun group to watch throughout the night. Alpine Esports, a team that could absolutely use a big run tonight. I mean, a lot of teams could. The Pittsburgh Knights over on the left-hand side in Group C, they also need a big night. So we're going to have our eyes on a lot of these teams down in Groups C and D throughout the rest of the night as they battle to try and stay in that top 10. I want to know what you guys think on social media as well. At us at RL Esports, use the hashtag #TheGrid. Who is going to kind of push their way up into that top 10, avoid relegation out of the grid, or at least have to go through the open qualifiers again? We've had a few great tweets rolling in. We'll read them throughout this round as you see the schedule for this round. And as you can see, match number 2 that'll be going on in this round. Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for best 3 out of 5 falls, and it is for the Liquipedia unofficial World Championship.
Not again. Why is it every time? I mean, at this point, I feel like I just have to get on board. Otherwise, I'm never going to hear the end of this world champion
you're never going to hear the end of it, whether you're on board
ridiculous.
or not. All eight matches going on here. There's 4 of the streams that you can see. Again, all 16 teams will be in action. Even the Charlotte Phoenix, after they're done with, I mean, let's face it, they might want that to be a real long break because they got NRG this round. But we can see already some games underway, including G2 and Ghost, Sonics and Pioneers, and version 1 with Space Station Gaming. Again, version 1 also needing a big day just to put themselves clear of that 10th spot. And it's Torment giving version 1 an early 2-goal lead.
Calm getting the first goal, grabbing assist on the second, and Torment just putting it in the back of the net past all the defenders. I am loving aggressive Torment. It brightens my day, honestly, to see him get goal after goal and see V1 play better and better and better with him almost to the helm. It's fantastic to watch. JNAPS grabbing a goal of his own against Ghost. We didn't talk too much about Group C, but I do think G2, they're going to have a pretty easy time with it. Just to remind everyone, it's G2, United, Ghost, and the Pittsburgh Knights in Group C. I don't see G2 having too much of an issue with really any of these teams.
Well, we will see. They certainly looked great in group stage yesterday, and Chicago. If he's going to score this routinely, sure, just go ahead.
In the placement and power, that is incredible from Chicago.
I mean, we're constantly amazed, even in 2021. I mean, we've seen G2 play how many times over the past several years, and you would think nothing would be impressive. It still is when you see a shot like that at that angle with that precision. Plenty more to come down in the bottom left with the G2 watch party, I'm sure.
No, V1 still 2-0 in the game, 3:30 on the clock. G2 looking to grab a third, not going to be the case. Ghost just hangs on the goal line there. And Sonics, Sonics and KCP, this is just under half the game gone. Still 0-0. I do think most would give the edge to Kansas City Pioneers in this matchup, but so far, Sonics, they've been holding on. Not too much happening for one team or the other.
Well, these group stage matches are going to be very important for both Pioneers and Sonics. So there's a lot riding on this, because you look at where the Sonics are, 100 points in the grid standings, and you'd think that's fine, but that's where version 1 is as well, and that's right on the cusp. You've got Kansas City Pioneers right on their tail at 90 points, and that cutoff right now for 10th place, E United, 70 points, and we will see them in action this round as well.
And in case you missed it, another goal for V1, and guess who it is, Stacks?
Of course.
Torment.
Why would it be anybody else?
How could it be? You have Gimmick on your team? Don't worry about it. He doesn't shoot anymore. He passes to Torment.
Space Station Gaming has they have struggled early on in this grid. They're safe as far as the grid's concerned. 210. I mean, they're not gonna drop out of contention for the top 10. They're gonna be fine with the regional points. They don't need to worry about the top 6 or anything like that. Probably, and they are almost definitely not within striking distance of winning the whole thing. So, maybe they're in cruise control, but there is still the final NA regional coming up later on this week. I mean, we got a lot going on this week. It is a busy week for the RLCS. You've got NA grid tonight and tomorrow. You've got the European grid the day after that. I mean, there is a lot to take in. And of course, the RLCS X Games Winter Regional coming up this weekend as Gimmick keeps piling it on Space Station.
V1 off to a red hot start. Typical trying to knock to the side, but Gimmick just getting in the way and saying no thank you, keeping that on track towards the net with a dunk. 4-0, minute 40 on the clock. That is a fantastic start to this series. This is probably the toughest competition V1 is going to face tonight, and so far they're making it look easy.
Looking like we may have overtime between the Sonics and Pioneers, though when I called it too early before, we did not, as there was a goal at 0 seconds from version 1, and then they lost, so that's what you get for showing me up. But let's perhaps listen in as the Sonics and Pioneers battle in our first RLCS OT of round 2.
Game number 1. Sonics keeping Kansas City at bay. Rapid though, gonna try and put a shot on. Memory was there to try to bang that in, but Shock getting a savior medal for it and a good call. T can't get that second touch off the ceiling. He wanted a piece of that one. Beast Mode gets a pass. T. Krell, your last man back. He's got to get the challenge. It's still on the goal line. Rapid tried to put it in, but T. Krell is going to stop him on the goal line, and the defense holds out yet again. Jay trying to do it by himself. So close, T. Krell. That was a great defensive play he had back there. Jay going to try and drop this one down off the backboard. Beast Mode is going to be able to get the clear. Now Shock on his retreat back is able to get another little bicycle touch. Shock out to Jay. Jay off the backboard. Is T gonna be there? Not gonna be able to beat Beast Mode though, and T and Jay both tied up. Shock gonna have to push a little bit of space between him and the players. Jay has got the possession. Can he drop this one down? Still great pressure coming out. That one's gonna be over T. Rapid. Did he get it? Shock waiting on the back wall. I was wondering if Rapid had another dodge off of that ceiling. I couldn't tell if he came off the ceiling, if he was able to get the 4 wheels or not. Shock not gonna be able to go for that. He's gotta wait. And had to have T. Krell go for the clear. Shock was a little awkward on that goal line. This one right down the center. Jay is there. Bang! Again, passing plays. Jay dropped it down, and Memory able to get a touch on that one. Oh, the offense looking stellar, but we just can't break through this Kansas City defense. It's the defenses that are looking great right now. Right down the center, Memory is there, gonna be by himself. Jay off of his own backboard. He knew Rapid was gonna be there. Rapid doesn't get a second touch. Memory gonna try and put a shot on, but it goes off to the corner. A demo, Rapid on the Shock that leaves the third defender gone. Memory off the crossbar, it's still there, and Memory is gonna put that one in. 2 minutes and 11 seconds into overtime, and Kansas City is gonna be able to put the one on the board needed to take game number 1. Unfortunate for sure, but a good showing, honestly a good showing from both squads.
Touchdown, Kansas City, as the Pioneers take game 1, a lengthy scoreless affair that's finally ended. Now we head over towards the Peeps and Jamal Jabari. For the Liquipedia, blah, 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 blah. Looking like they're headed to overtime. Let's listen in on the Jamal Jabari stream.
Hit the ground, overtime. But man, so many chances for Jamal Jabari. That was unreal.
That was a little bit ridiculous there. We saw Jamal Jabari, when they get up in your face like that, it is only a matter of time. And frankly, a little bit lucky there for the Peeps to go into overtime when they did. Otherwise, Jamal Jabari might have just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and that would have gone in eventually. Lucian back up the field to LJ. Keeps it in. Past Gyro. No, not past Gyro. Great 50. Lucian back up into the corner. Looking for a bump. AJ gets the touch. Krasnik's out to the side. Off the wall. What a read. Toasty can't catch up to it, but it doesn't matter. Krasnik takes that one, and Jamal Jabari wins game 1.
Well, RLCS overtime, that's what this team does. Stop sleeping on Jamal Jabari is right here. They're taking game 1 against your previous Grid Week champs. Jamal Jabari coming out hot. They are giving nobody.
Wow. Wow. RLCS overtime, you saw it. Yes, we certainly did. Krasix buries the Peeps in overtime with that of all shots, and now we head over to Rogue and Continuum. They're coming down to the wire. This is why we love these middle rounds. All 8 matches going on at once. So much action, constantly. Overtime after overtime. We got another one brewing over at Rogue HQ.
Riveting game 1. Not really. Let's go to OT. Rogue, again, wagers on your chance. I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried to say that I don't know if I should have bet 1,000 and times 18 on Rogue, but I'm going to tell you this. Spaceman getting paid by the word this game? Probably. That one's close to the net. Can they send it through the corner? Restabilize on the play. How are you staying alive on this? That's the question. So many chances for Rogue, but it doesn't look like they've been able to read through the defense. Continue to slow it down to the ground now. Trying to go over quickly. You're not going to be able to do so, but consider one defender numbers begin to funnel in. There's a challenge that goes back to the ceiling. One more going to run point. Rogue get it to the corner. Well done at that. Center back out. Anyone else going to be there in the air to meet it. Back down off the ceiling. There's a pinch, but no extension, so we kind of go back to midfield, and we've crossed about 45 seconds or so into OT now. Dead ball leaves in the way of Rogue in the blue half. There is a pass towards the midfield line. Can they get it around? Rogue going to come in with Wallow. Continuum doing a very good job of stuffing the box, playing total defense, but still, it doesn't seem like Rogue have a chance until Continuum can get out of the box. Here comes Rogue, the second extension, the cross not there. Rogue, everyone more specifically on the left side of the field. Nowhere to be found when it came for the cross. Continuum able to get it up out of their own half. There's a shot saved away. Awkward touch. Doesn't really clear it, though. Follow-up attempt comes in. Continuum, a couple of chances now. I believe in the Rogue and the boys in blue to get this job done, but they have to find a way to score at some point because we're running out of time. Just going to run out of time here, too. It's going on forever. But when we do run out of this boost, if we start getting boost start, that's going to be a problem. Back down to the ground. There's a pinch. Doesn't get the second touch, but it does leave it to Continuum. He goes to the orange corner and goes to the right side of the field. Now we go for a sky and clear for the booming hit, but cut off in midfield, and ricochets back down to the ground. We keep this one on the ground before getting demoed out. So Rogue have a couple of chances to really get this ball moving and run point up the right side of the field. It doesn't work, however. We get possession back, trying to go for a challenge on the backboard. That doesn't work down the corner. We go intercepted, no, so we left out to Continuum. So many chances, it really just seems like Rogue have an opportunity, but Continuum take it away. Their defense has been pretty impressive so far, so Continuum do win in game 1. Again, this is still game 1, so it's a long series. Continuum's defense has been absolutely impeccable. I didn't expect that so far in this series, but they're playing Rogue pretty well. On the other side, though, Rogue trying to struggle with some offense, still tied 1-1 in OT. Seems like a couple of times it just happens to fall against their possession, and when that happens, Rogue got to be able to work within the numbers and score respectively. Here comes a chance. Taroka going to try to carry over, but send it to the opposite corner. Apparently Jamal Jabari beat SSG or something like that. I don't know if I read that correctly in chat, but if that's the case, that's hilarious. There's a shot to the corner. Nothing is really working. We're about 2 minutes and 30 seconds into OT, and no one has been able to get a decent shot at the net. I just don't know what's going on. There's Demba to cut off the play. That one's going to go towards the backboard. Here comes a shot. Slow it away to the corner. Almost a second Demba to come in. Rogue need to be able to clear this one out. They'll 2 come in on that one. That's unfortunate. There is a shot saved away. Luckily, Continuum is not that accurate on this, but my God, Rogue desperately looking for a goal here. Will they get it? We're about 3 minutes into OT. and no one has been able to get at least a decent look at the net. Here comes Continuing first chance. No way they just carried that one all the way over. That's unfortunate. That should have been saved, in my opinion. Astro, who basically Supermans his way through the defense, uncontested. Everyone's wondering, is he going to flip reset? Nope, just going to carry it all the way over, and there you go. So I wagered 18,000 points.
Spaceman with the call over at Rogue HQ. We heard from the Sonic stream earlier with the mustache. Sonic's not so victorious on their stream, but still plenty to go. A lot of results flying in, though. As you see, Ghost has tied up the series with G2, and they've scored 2 seconds in. Mektos with a kickoff goal. Everybody's favorite goal in all of the history of Rocket League esports. Kickoff goals. Such skill. Much wow.
Hey, if you don't want to get scored on a kickoff, maybe just take the kickoff better, G2. Come on now.
Yeah, maybe, right? NRG handling business with the Charlotte Phoenix. Already up a game. Already up 2 goals in the second game. And where they took their time starting and finishing round 1. I would imagine they will have some time off between rounds 2 and 3 if this keeps up.
And 0 seconds left. Sonic's looking to take this 1-0. They do, tying up the series against the Kansas City Pioneers. That is a very crucial game win for them. Spaceman still trying to figure out what went so wrong. Who knows if he'll ever find out that answer, but he seems to be on some sort of tangent right now.
We will have plenty of opportunities to listen in on his antics, I'm sure, as we swap over to Envy and Alpine down on the bottom right. As you can see, Alpine has just gone up in game 2 of that series, trying to tie things up. Another of those teams, knows dude, that needs to have a good performance here to try and climb out of, kind of the depths of the standings. They're 30 points behind E United coming in. E United struggling in game 2 with the Pittsburgh Knights, who are also looking up at E United, battling for that 10th spot. I mean, this is going to be kind of a knockdown, drag-out fight between 5 or 6, maybe even 7 teams to stay above that 10th spot.
Yeah, there's just so many teams below that 10th spot. So close in contention, trying to fight it out. Previous formats, they didn't really allow for this. You had only so many teams that could be in that top half, and most of them, they were just picking up loss after loss. I'm not going to name names, Splice. And now we see so many teams just fighting. They all have an incredible chance to keep their spot for the next split. And right now, as you mentioned, Alpine, they're absolutely one of those teams. However, they get scored on by Envy to tie up that game. Minute left, 2-2 apiece, and Envy up by 1 in the series. I think this could be a deceptively close series, even if the series score itself does lean more heavily in Envy's favor. I do think Alpine, in terms of just looking at individual games, they have the ability to keep it very close and make Envy sweat quite a bit.
By the way, I've been shouting out Krasik scores. Jamal Jabari is up 2-0 in this series.
What is this?
And they scored off
what?
this.
What is that? Oh no. Oh no, AJ. What are you doing?
I keep talking about this unofficial world championship and just shouting out Liquipedia. I go to the, how they like to list the broadcast talent for every RL Esports show, and you look at the grid and you see North American grid, and you're looking and you see Alpine, Charlotte Phoenix, all the different orgs and their respective broadcast teams. They do not list you or I anywhere for the grid. Can you believe that?
That's heinous.
Can you believe that? That is criminal. Liquipedia, Lucas, come on. I gave a birthday shout out to Lucas on the RLCS broadcast once, and this is how I get repaid.
That's just terrible
it's
treatment
always,
of the top talent in the grid,
right?
without a doubt.
It's always take, never giving anything back.
Just terrible.
As has just been brought up by one of our producers, quid pro no. Yes, that is exactly how that works. But Jamal Jabari is about to have that unofficial world championship unless the Peeps can come up with a reverse sweep, which they can, by the way. We have seen that happen. We saw that at least twice, I think, last week on their run to become grid champions. But they're going to have to come back from a huge deficit. Krasix is unstoppable.
He's having a fantastic night. I don't know if Peeps are going to be able to pull this off. You know, they pulled off the reverse sweep against, I believe it was G2. Jamal Jabari, clearly just another beast entirely.
Unlike Liquipedia, I will shout out our European grid hosts, Cole and Stumpy. Emil Cole93 tweeting at us with the hashtag the grid, having such a good time chilling watching Stacks and Nose Dude on the grid NA. Love watching the results fly in. Reminds me of Saturday afternoon football. He means soccer for all of you Americans that don't get it. Football, yes. Another. And hey, another tweet came in not long after that. Don't read Cole's tweet. Read this one instead. Hashtag the grid from Stumpy Goblin?
Stumpy Goblin?
Yeah.
That's how.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
how.
That guy. That guy. Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's decent. They had, by the way, if you missed it for whatever reason, please go watch the European regional final from this past weekend. BDS and the Giants. Cole and Stumpy. First of all, they had an epic, 13-game series. Almost went the full 14 with the bracket reset. Oh yeah, by the way, spoilers, there's a bracket reset. But go watch that series. They had a phenomenal call of what was just one of the best series we've ever seen.
Now, Jamal Jabari up 3-1 against the Peeps. It doesn't look like your reverse sweep's going to happen.
No, it does not look like a reverse sweep's going to happen. We know a sweep is not going to happen here, but we can be pretty confident we're going to have an RLCS OT. Let's listen in to the G2 watch party with Athena and Orb.
And the kickoff has started the overtime.
Oh, fine. No, continue. Sorry. Carry on.
And here we go. Two teams desperately looking to win. Both teams giving it their all. And I'm so... What is this? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do here? Come on.
I don't know what's happening. So I don't know.
I think we just need a reset.
And both teams trying to win here, but Ghost apparently trying just a little bit harder. They want it more, as Ghost Gaming has beaten G2 and taken the lead in the series. I love Orb. He's such a great dude. Rogue and Continuum, they're coming down to the wire, looking like in overtime as Turinturo made the save. They are actually in OT, so let's listen in.
Chat, if we score an OT goal, I want babams everywhere in the chat. Great cutoff. Oh, you can see this play from a mile away. Almost. Almost. On the other side, though, got to be worried about a counterattack. Got to get this ball out, get Demo on the play, gives it right back. Whoa, wow, what a shot. That might have been it. Follow up, saved at the goal line. Rogue get it out. They flip it over. Counterattack chance. Oh my god. Taroko almost did the unthinkable. Great redirect. Everyone's pushed up now. Follow up. Oh yeah, first killer. Oh yeah, bam. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, GOAT. Oh, he's the GOAT. Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes, chat. Come on, chat. Yes. The Spaceman sweep is alive. Yes. 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 Yes.
What?
The Spaceman sweep is alive. Oh, Lord, look at the top left.
That was pretty.
If that was If that was a fight, they would have stopped it a long time ago. By the way, aka Iceborg on Twitter, he is. This is the. They are the graphic designer for Jamal Jabari. Sorry, Jamal Jabari is back to normal. Sorry for that scare getting swept last week. We back. Yes.
Yeah, oh my, 6-2 now. What is going on? Gyro, gotta get that to the side. What are you doing? Oh no.
Yikes.
Oh goodness. Jamal Jabari, it's over. They're already out for the count. What are you doing to them?
Thank you for that tweet, Iceborg. Thank you for reminding us that Jamal Jabari is indeed greatness personified. They do a great job, by the way, with the there over there. There's something about that. What is that called? This is where I profess my profound ignorance for technical terms. Is that a gradient effect that they've got on the overlay there for Jamal Jabari and the peeps?
Oh, in that top section where the names are?
Yeah.
That
Okay,
works.
I did it. All right,
Nice.
I used a word correctly. All right. We're off to a great start here with the grid, as is Jamal Jabari, about to go up 2-0, or about to go to 2-0. Yeah, they're about to sweep the peeps to win the unofficial World Championship, sponsored by Liquipedia and Bob's Ramen and a whole bunch of other stuff, I'm sure. Jamal Jabari, 2-0 in the grid this week.
So, peeps go from winning all of last week's grid to being swept. They have the overlay.
They have it! Yes! Yes!
Oh, gosh. Oh,
bravo!
No.
Bravo!
Why? They were so prepared.
They were ready. The only thing missing is the confetti. I need a screenshot of this. There we go. That is great. Telly and Gigabyte have a lot to celebrate over there with Jamal Jabari. I mean, they still have to defend that title in the third round. Who haven't they played? Version 1, right?
I believe so, yeah.
They're going to be playing a very hungry team, as they have shown throughout the night. Another blowout going on, by the way. Envy putting it right to Alpine.
Wow.
Make it 6-1 with 5 seconds to go for a Brazil. You kidding me?
Okay.
Are you kidding me that goes in?
Look at the fakes. Oh my goodness, Envy just playing 4D chess right now. That is a not the prettiest of goals, but I'm sure Mist not too unhappy about grabbing that, and he'll grab another one for the road as it's now 0 seconds. That game is over. Envy are up in the series.
Ole. Good lord. All right, well, Envy has made a statement to go up 2-1 in that series. Alpine not having a good start to the grid. And again, they're a team that has to have a good group play, and they probably have to make a run tomorrow in the playoff stage. Again, a lot to go on. We'll revisit the points as the night goes on, too, and we'll keep you up to date on who's where, who's making moves up towards that 10th and 9th and 8th spots to try and get clear of being relegated out of the grid, or at least relegated to the qualifying stages for the spring split. There's so much going on right now, though. I mean, there's so much scoreboard watching, and you can only keep your eye on so much with all the action that's going on. All 8 matches. I guess now we're down to 7 matches going on at the moment, but constant action all over the place. All 1-0 games as the Knights have finally got on the board against E United. And, I mean, this matchup in particular, they're only separated by, 10 points, 30 points, something like that? There's a lot on the line between these two.
Yeah, I was keeping my eye on the E United PK match. E United had Pittsburgh Knights pinned in their own half for what felt like an eternity, and then a single clear from the Pittsburgh Knights. It left the defense scrambled. There was an attempted dive at the ball so far up the field. It seemed like such a low percentage chance, but oh, there we go. I guess Ajax tying up the goal with another A weird goal. You don't expect this to quite go in, but the defense just getting bumped completely out of the way, taking use of whatever happened on what is going on in this Rogue Continuum game. Oh,
Nice
Bob.
pass. Nice pass. Live reactions over on the United stream. Boy, they just continue to press the issue. My problem with this is, and maybe I'm about to vilify a lot of people, but light mode? Really? Light mode? Come on. We got overtime brewing, and oh, what a save right at the end. Surely that'll bring us to OT between Ghost Gaming and G2. Let's head over to the Ghost stream for a rare change.
It's what an insane performance here from Ghost,
J-Naps,
showing up
oh no,
exactly
he
when
gets
they
the ball.
needed to.
Oh,
Kago
no.
misses.
J-Naps is dead. J-Naps is dead. Wait!
A fake from
It's a
Mektos.
1v1. It's Mektos. It's a 1v1 situation. Can't quite get it. Well, can't quite get what he wanted there. Mektos is dead. Ghost has to be on the retreat now.
Yeah, but
Fresh
a big
is
clear
up.
from
The
Fresh.
Lion
and
Blaze.
Slime
Lion
Blind.
Blaze. This is what he's good at. Can't quite get the touch that he wanted. Mektos is there. Can he get the shot on target? He was looking for it. Uh-oh.
Big
Nobody
counter.
back from Ghost here, but a bad bounce, and that just gonna be in, and we're going to game number 5. Ghost overcommitted there on that last play, and it bit them.
It did. And J-Naps, he
Lion
came.
Blaze trying to avoid that demo, couldn't quite read J-Nap's touch. Listen, we go to game 5.
We do. We
This
go
is
to
our
game 5.
opportunity.
And we showed that we have what it takes to close out this series. It was hard fought there.
If you've ever heard of too many cooks in the kitchen, I think Ghost Gaming have about 5 people on their broadcast right now. Let's head over to Rogue and Continuum here. You see this one coming down to the final few seconds as well. This would be the Continuum stream. This is, I think we got Jorby on the old overtime stream tonight. Let's have a listen.
Game they play. He has no clue what's going on. He's just there for the ride. And it's, oh, Continuum. Toroko, he jumped high. Aeon just sends it up, and Toroko and Turo missed the ball. What is happening at the start of this overtime? Somebody shoot. Bob, he did it. Oh, it's right back out to Astro. The bump, but no, it's not open. I thought for sure they had it. Bob's got to make this save. Bob, no! Killer punished. No! They had no boost. They were running as fast as they could, but K Factor, it's over. I'm sad.
I don't know what I'm watching, to be honest with you. It seemed like 5 shots in a row may have been enough to break the defense, and then
Why can't you just carry the ball down
Why can't you just... It's a family show, Jorby. It's a family show, in the words of the great Unthink. That's Jorby and K-Factor on the call over with Continuum. Spaceman looking smug and happy as ever. Sonics have fallen to the KC Pioneers. E United deals with the Pittsburgh Knights. Envy looking to put Alpine away here. They've got a 3-0 lead halfway through game 4. Alpine does have time to get back in it, but they've got to hurry.
Yeah, they've also got time to make that lead even worse if Envy score another, and I feel like at this point...
Oh, what
it's
a pass!
Oh my goodness! Bottom right, watch this. Oh, what a
That is
pass.
amazing!
Oh my gosh.
As a shooter, you dream of getting a pass like that. It never happens. Oh, mercy. G2 up over Ghost as they score very early on in their game. Maybe a bit of a comeback here for Alpine. Big shot and a save, though. Gonna be interested to keep an eye on that one, as, again, Alpine really needs to get one on the board early in their run through the grid here, because, boy, all these points matter so much, especially with a team that's as far down the standings as Alpine is.
Envy not going to make it easy right now. It's a little awkward back and forth, just small touches on the ball. Trying to mitigate risk is Envy, but Alpine have a chance here. Shot easily knocked aside by the backboard defender. And now this Rogue Continuum game. Rogue in control for the most part. However, it's currently in their own end, and shot approaching, knocked aside.
Apparently, it's the Garrett G show today. Tweet coming at us from Double, I guess. I don't know. Duubble. Double?
Maybe it's double.
NRG fan. And liking what NRG is putting together. They're 2-0. I believe they've dealt with Charlotte Phoenix. Maybe that's a little premature. Yes, getting confirmation that it was a series that was played and NRG did win. By some amount.
For Charlotte Phoenix sake, no further details.
They outscored them 13-1 in the series.
Oh gosh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
V1. Oh, game 5. They're up by 3-1 over SSG. Maybe 4-1 soon. Okay, Sipical just backflipping, getting in the way. But wow, V1. What a performance they've been having recently.
So it looks like Envy will, in fact, deal with Alpine. And Envy, I mean, they're pretty well secure on all fronts, as they will look to make it a clean sweep through the regionals in this winter split this and next weekend, as they've been just a force all throughout the winter split. Won the first 2 regionals, looking a lot like maybe Space Station had throughout the fall split at times, and making a similar run.
In the top left, you can see G2 and Ghost. Very tight series. G2 just up by 1, but that could vanish at any point. Athena looking very panicked. Orb, little calmer. He's not so worried. He's got faith in G2.
Athena is not amused. You know who else isn't amused? Space Station Gaming fans, which they never are when their team loses. I mean, can you blame them? But their team lost again. Version 1 with another big performance. And Space Station Gaming is 0-2 in the grid this week.
That is brutal. I mean, you mentioned that they're doing all right in terms of standing. And even if they go 0-3 today, as long as they show up tomorrow, they're not going to be worrying too much. But in terms of just kind of testing the vital signs for Space Station, the recent results haven't really inspired too much faith in most of the viewers, I think.
And you can attribute it to maybe a slump or just being rusty with that long winter holiday break and all of that. But at some point, got to snap out of it. There is a regional coming up this weekend, and I wonder, what we're gonna see out of some of those early matchups in the regional. As we get to Saturday and Sunday, will we see some more major upsets? Because these teams giving the top dogs fits. I mean, Ghost Gaming went the distance with G2, but you can see G2 just finished out that series on top. Got to give a lot of confidence, I think, to a lot of other bubble teams that are like, hey, why can't we beat like a G2 or an Envy? I mean, good luck, but why not?
And yeah, I mean, it feels almost like an era is kind of ending of the big X of NA, It seems like anyone is losing to anyone. It's very exciting to watch. You never know what is going to happen, whereas in the past, NRG's playing, yeah, they're going to win. G2's playing, yeah, they're going to win. It doesn't quite seem to be the case anymore.
Somebody had asked, at one point, is the big... Oh, hello.
Oh, my goodness.
What a save. Is the big 3 back in NA or anything like that? Let me tell you something. There's only one big 3 in RL Esports, and it's Mark by 8, Monkey Moon, and Extra. That is the only big 3 that exists as far as I'm concerned. Because, boy, that team is fun to watch over on the European side.
Fun to watch, but not flawless. Anyone. Oh my goodness, what is happening?
What is happening is potentially another RLCSOT, and why wouldn't we finish out the round at Rogue HQ? Rogue and Continuum coming your way.
This is a series we should have just dominated. Off the kickoff, though. spam the globes. We need them more than ever. Chat, I need you to spam, spam, spam. Put those globes in the chat. We need all the positive energy we have. Let's keep it going. Oh, what a touch. Rogue getting the ball first now. A little bit rusty today, I agree with you, but it's okay. Rogue tend to play up to their competition, so coming up against NRG, I'm not too worried. Cross easily denied. Taken out of the play. Trying to buy time for the defense to recoup on it. That one, slow roller back down. Won't grab the corner boost, so Rogue's starting to get boost starved to the side. Now you need a really long clear. This might help. That will do some positive. Long clear. Holy God. To the corner we go. Wow. They're reading that at the backboard. Both teams just throwing absolute haymakers off the back wall. That one dangerous. And another long clear. Keeping it up. Redirected to the corner. Centered. I like the idea on the challenge. Gonna go up with it now. Flip reset maybe? No, the corner we go. Challenge goes the way of Continuum. Never mind Rogue. They escape. Flip over one. Question is, how much boost does Rogue have? What a great clear around the side. These clears have been insane from both teams. Almost 2 minutes into OT. Oh, great save. Follow-up shot. Saved again. Back down. Rogue. Long clear. Anyway, back. That's off target. It's not going to go in. It's not going to go in. It is going to go in. Why not? It goes in anyway. First killer. Bam! Again, OT. I didn't think that was going to go in. I'll take it. OT again. I called it. I called it 2-1. Spaceman sweep. I literally said 2-1. Game 4. This whole series has been nothing but OTs and 2-1s. I will take it.
Spaceman sweep over at Rogue HQ. And that is how round 2 comes to a close. Okay, let me tell you a quick story. I announce a lot of baseball games, so somebody will always come into the press box if a game's going really quickly and go, wow, this game's going really quickly. And inevitably what happens is a team starts scoring run after run, and the game drags on and on and on for eternity. These games have gone quickly. Yeah. Knock on wood that it continues, as that was a very short round. We didn't have any long sponsor breaks on the NRG side delaying us from getting into games, anything like that. Round 2 is over, and your unofficial world champions are about to run the table again, at this time over in Group A, as Jamal Jabari sweeps the peeps, and it was not close at the end.
Yeah, I think Group A, about what you'd expect, surely. Jamal Jabari 2-0, Space Station 0-2, seems about right. Group B, you got NRG and Rogue, both 2-0. Charlotte Phoenix and Continuum, winless so far. G2 and United grabbing wins, and Envy, KCP doing the same over in Group D. Group A is... I just can't help but look away. It's almost like a car wreck. How did this happen? What is going on?
Who knew that the group with the Peeps and Jamal Jabari would be the group of death this week? Oh my goodness. Group B is a clear case of a depiction of the haves and the have-nots, as NRG and Rogue have, for the most part, cruised to victory. Rogue stumbled a little with Continuum, as did NRG, but took care of business, and that's going to be a third-round matchup. NRG and Rogue for one of the top 4 seeds tomorrow, and perhaps they'll share that distinction with Jamal Jabari, perhaps with G2 and Envy. Everything in the bottom group's looking to play out as you would expect. But again, Group A is certainly turning a lot of heads, opening eyes. And I'm curious to see what happens going into the final round with, it'll be Jamal Jabari up against version 1. So, I mean, would you... Nose Dude, before we go, make a prediction. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
All right.
Does Jamal Jabari run the table again?
Oh gosh. Honestly, they're looking so good tonight. I think they're gonna go 3-0 today. Tomorrow, I expect it to be the same as their previous run. I think day 1 gonna go really well. Day 2, not so well. That's my prediction.
All right, Jamal Jabari trying to make a Besaid Aurochs-esque run through the grid. We'll take a look back at how we've gotten to this point, and we'll come back with round 3 after this.
So, foreign to them almost. As, oh my, Garrett G, though, he takes the space. He shows you why NRG one of the best teams in NA.
Oh, there's the flip reset. You'd wonder if Garrett was going to bring it out, and he does. That was scoring that no matter what, even if he gets help or not. Ooh, Garrett with 4 goals now. Somebody must have added him, because Garrett now is sinking shot after shot. Look at that. Ooh.
Okay, somebody clip this. Can we get a clip?
Oh my goodness, what a save!
But sliding it right on in, are you kidding me, Rodoko?
Oh my God! Unbelievable! The defense crumbles. The tank is empty, and we are going to overtime.
All our trouble seems to fade away. was all alone. Then you showed up under my umbrella. Oh, shelter from the cold. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from
Welcome back to a historic edition of the Grid Overtime. Stacks alongside Dude with the Nose for round 3 out of 4, where we will see Jamal Jabari play for the final time tonight. They had never beaten Space Station until tonight. They had never beaten the Peeps until tonight, at least in the RLCS. They've never beaten version 1 in all one of their many matchups. We will see what happens with Jamal Jabari and version 1 if JJ can run the table for the second week in a row in group stage. NRG, their victims last week, they are looking much, much better this time around, those two. But boy, it has been a wild ride, especially for those teams in group C and D.
Yeah, C and D, those have been some very, very close games. And just to go back to Group B, NRG specifically, when they were playing, the games were a little closer. Seems like off screen, they did have a much easier go of it, looking fairly dominant in most of their games against Continuum. So well done to them, waking up a bit, making the series look a lot easier than it had initially.
Got our eyes right now on a series that in the fall split, we've been looking at like, hey, this is a really good match that, I want to see this match over and over and over again. And lately, at least last week, it was much better. But it has not been a particularly entertaining match throughout most of the winter split. And historically, Envy kind of has Alpine KCP's number 9-1 against them in this RLCS season. So it's time for the Pioneers to turn things around.
Yeah, and a rough double commit. There goes the third for Envy. I don't know where they all disappeared to, but Rapid grabbing a goal and Memory just feeding it right to him. What just happened there? Where did the players go?
The players decided to take a break, much to their great detriment. 9-1, the overall record for Envy against the Pioneers. Remember that one came in the second grid, which Envy then avenged just last week.
I think fall split Kansas City Pioneers, I think the one thing that really stood out to me was Beast Mode. I think he was such a highlight player, doing so much work, and I feel like it hasn't quite been his peak recently. But Memory grabbing a goal of his own, and it's off the back of a 50 from Beast Mode. More or less, I just want to see Beast Mode rise up into his peak form again. I feel like we haven't really seen him do as much as he has in the past, and to some extent it's unrealistic to expect that. The heights he showed, it's almost just unrealistic and unattainable to consistently be that good. But if you're Kansas City Pioneers, you almost need that right now. Rapid, he's been a strong force, so is Memory, but Beast Mode, he just hasn't showed that same impeccable form he has before.
I was about to give you a score update on that series because, yes, I have been told many times I make a better door than a window, but now you can clearly see Pioneers up 2-1, coming up on the halfway mark of Game 1, and I believe the only other match that has started in this round. Big one for the unofficial World Championship. First title
yeah.
defense for Jamal Jabari, and it's version 1's second shot at the title tonight. How often do you get a repeat, right? How many times do you get another shot at the title that eludes you the first time around?
I mean, not often. You know what I'm kind of looking forward to? Jamal Jabari, they had a scene ready for getting the unofficial world champion. Oh my goodness, Kha'Zix. That just put a halt to what I was saying. I was wondering if Jamal Jabari had a scene ready for when they lose it to V1, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Kha'Zix still continuing to have a fantastic night. Rapid putting in a goal of his own at the same time. It's now 3-1 for the Kansas City Pioneers and 1-0 for Jamal Jabari.
NRG mission control caster Dazrin tweeting out Jamal Jabari popping off again. Yeah, they are. I guess they just want it more, according to Turinturo. I hate it that that's become a thing. Dazrin, I'm sure, very relieved, as is Turo, that Jamal Jabari is not in their group. Therefore, they have a chance to win their group, as NRG and Rogue will be squaring off head-to-head. That's going to have plenty of star power behind it. A lot of eyes, I imagine, on those two streams, Rogue and NRG, as they play their final grid matches of the night. We'll be keeping an eye on those matches too, as they begin. What a shot out of Gimmick.
Yeah, this caught the entirety of the Jamal Jabari defense off guard. Calm right to Gimmick. Nobody able to cut that off, and the defense just left staring at that soar into the back of their net.
So Jamal Jabari and version 1 all locked up. Pioneers have game 1 on lock, it would seem, but never count Envy out. But you gotta be on your toes at all times against this squad.
Rapid just trying to stay behind it, couldn't. So now they're back on defense. Big pinch going to the backboard, but the defense of KCP just too quick for Envy to get to that ball. And is that another goal from Jamal Jabari to grab a 1-goal lead over V1? Now Peeps and Space Station, that's gotten started. About 2 minutes left in that game, still 0-0. This will be interesting between Space Station and Peeps. They've had some unexpected nights, I'd say. Space Station without a win, Peeps 1-1. Let's see what else going on. G2, they're up 1-0 against the Pittsburgh Knights. This could be a decent game. I don't think Knights have... They're almost like the Kansas City Pioneers in the sense that they had very strong showings in the fall split, but they haven't really put up that form recently. KCP, they're looking very strong against Envy. We'll see if Knights can do the same against G2.
This Peeps Space Station match, it has been fun to watch every time they've taken the field. Almost every time. I guess there was one instance where Space Station just pounded the Peeps, and that was not very fun for me to watch at all. I'm sure you enjoyed it because you're like
thoroughly.
Yeah, because you just hate fun. Yeah, there was a Winter Grid 1, a 3-0 sweep for a Space Station Gaming. Everything else been very close. They've gone the distance 3 times. Space Station has primarily won this matchup though. 6-2 overall record. I think got some lopsided matchups here. You got NRG has, get this, this is stunning to me, has never lost to Rogue this entire season.
Wow. How many matchups do they have? Do you know?
6.
Wow.
They are 20-5 against them.
Oh my goodness. That is staggering.
That is crazy. 2 sweeps, only 2 best of 7s? Yeah. Most recent matchup came in the first Winter Regional. I suspect the way that Rogue is playing over this Winter split, or at least these couple of grids, we might see Rogue and NRG late in the Winter Regional coming up this weekend. Just call it a hunch.
Interesting. See,
Peeps and Space Station, yes, they have gone to overtime. Got a lot of tie games, so let's check in over on the Peeps stream with Peeps and SSG.
Non-scoring game as we are 0-0 across the board. And SSG continue to play around if they own their half, looking for those quick transition goals, trying to go for a passing play, but no one there.
Yeah, no one there just yet. Now Gyro is going to have a chance. He's going to get it past one, maybe two. Tries to dunk through Reddles right there, but unfortunately can't quite get there. And now here's Alu. He's trying to find some space around the side. Gets it through one. Gets a nice little 50-50 here, AJ. Down the side. Going to try to read this off the wall. Oh, and Gyro couldn't quite get there. But AJ, little low boost, not able to get to the position he really needed to for that one.
Yeah, and it looks like Peeps trying to bring out the bump play a little bit, but are forcing these awkward situations, having to double commit on that ball. Unfortunate stuff, but AJ going to be able to knock it downfield. Typical not having the best touch. Pass to Arsenal. If you can do anything with it, Gyro just barely missing that demo. Good read from Arsenal, though. Able to read that demo attempt straight to Sipical, who's going to be able to convert with ease. And Arsenal, SSG, going to be able to walk away with that game one. Fantastic play from Arsenal to give it to Sipical.
Yeah, and Sipical right there snipes the goal as he is known to do. I mean, really carries the burden of shooting for this team a lot. I do think that the other two players on the team bring a lot to the table.
So Space Station Gaming, they go 0-2 to start the grid, and then they decide, oh yeah, we're going to beat the Peeps. Okay, let's look in at Ghost and United with Sleeky and Hunted on the call for EU.
Could end up proving massively important as a demo comes through. Lion Bays was trying to follow it up. On the mic with a good 50, it comes back over to the right side. Tristan gets a 50, but no pickup as Mektos back down the other way. Good 50 as it comes back over. Sidewall play, freshness, just off target, but it's played back into the Ghost team. Mektos getting bumped around a little bit. There's another 50 comes through, and it's just becoming physical out there, including a team bump on E United.
Well, Wondermike might actually have a chance here. He can't get underneath Mektos. Ajax, maybe. No, again, the backball defense from Ghost working out, and you're absolutely right. The physical play certainly ramping up as both teams trying to create that little tiny bit of space to break through the defense.
Oh, an opportunity for Tristan. So close. Follow-up. Ajax not able to put it through, but Wondermike keeping the ball in a dangerous spot. It's a great clear downfield. Tristan down to Wondermike again. Plays it, attempting to get back to Tristan. This will be a pop-up. Ajax into the corner. Back into freshness, though. It's a pop down. Centering there as it'll come back out the midfield. Wondermike forced to restart and send it down before getting demoed himself. And it's a lot of opportunities for United, but they've got to be careful about the quick transition that's possible to come out of Ghost. It's been 1 minute and 40 seconds or so of overtime and a lot of opportunities on the E United side, but one errant touch, one more pinch like we saw at the end of regulation, Hunted, and all of that aggression could be for naught.
This is definitely a tense situation for either side. Can't wait to see how it plays out. We've only been playing 2 minutes in. It feels like we've been here for 5 whole minutes, says Mektos. He gets one opportunity out in front, and he will make it work. Ghost take game one in overtime, 4-3 final score.
Yeah, and that's really just an unfortunate whiff there from Tristan, trying to come off the backboard. He doesn't find the touch. It leaves the defense scrambling.
Well, the overtimes keep on coming, and we've got some coming down to the wire even still. You see Continuum battling with Charlotte Phoenix. Keeping an eye on that matchup as Continuum battling and scrapping for any points they can get. We've also got a shootout on our hands. G2 and the Pittsburgh Knights. This would be over on the night stream with, I believe, Leafex and Lemon Kiwi running the show over there. Let's listen into this OT.
I don't have that Cruise juice.
I like this, though. We have kickoff control. Now we need that offensive control. Ooh, Rizzo missed that boost. That's really good for us.
Okay. Still kind of redirecting these bounces, but Knight's still able to catch a few of them, but Chicago dribbles at 4. ZPS doesn't let it cross in front of the net, and that's a long clear right back to that blue end, and it's right there! We took a game from G2. All is possible.
Dude, That was critical. What a good hard clear. That miss in the corner was huge from Rizzo. For us to be able to get that shot, Rodoko takes advantage and just bounces her in. Game number 1 in favor of Pittsburgh Knights.
Man, ZPS even with a hat trick too.
So the Pittsburgh Knights get a big one in game 1. Still plenty more to come from there. How about version 1 making a statement down in the series, but not down in game 2. They have scored early and often and at will, looking to tie things up. And of course, with this show being called RLCS, the grid overtime, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention J. Russ with an OT winner for the Susquehanna Sonics to get out to an early start over Alpine Esports. So, or excuse me, not J. Russ, J.
Just J.
Yeah, just
and
J.
his teammate T.
Yes.
It's
This
not
is very-
confusing.
This is very Men in Black here, honestly.
Gimmick making it 6. This is just cruel, truly. Oh, Krazik's not the clear you want. Goes off his own post, and Gimmick having a pretty easy time putting that away. Ghost up by 1 in the series against United. Still 0-0, 3 minutes on the clock. Charlotte, Phoenix, and Continuum have the first game in that series, 30 seconds into game 2, and the score is tied.
So we've talked a lot about teams looking for points, chasing all the points they can possibly get, trying to get clear of that 10th spot, and all the teams that are trying to rise up to meet them. E United could certainly use some points. They got a huge win last round. Struggling here with Ghost Gaming, as Ghost is out to an early lead in game 2.
Torment grabbing another to make it 7, somehow squeezes that in. Just to the right, Bob grabbing a goal of his own to grab the lead over Charlotte Phoenix. Alpine and Susquehanna Sonics. That game is tied, not for long. Percy makes it 2.
You remember
And another.
Remember, Nose Dude, when there was a team of professional Rocket League players called Incognito?
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
they certainly were professional Rocket League players. They lost a rival series game 12-0. Now,
oh no, how?
Now I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen again, but we haven't seen anything close to that since. I think we've seen 10-0 maybe.
I'll tell you
But,
what,
I mean-
Stacks. We haven't seen a player like Go Rocks go ever since. So
We haven't seen Go Rocks go. Actually, we have seen Go Rocks go ever since. I think he popped up on the collegiate scene for a little while, didn't he?
I believe so. Yeah, he's been having a little more success there, I imagine.
He ain't getting blown out 12-0 anymore. I can tell you that.
Oh man, 8-0 for V1 over Jamal Jabari, your world champions unofficially.
Yeah, you're
That's,
unofficial Liquipedia World Champions.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is a reasonable scoreline for unofficial
Yeah.
world champion title holders. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, whatever. It's one game. One game does not a series make. I mean, you know, the Peeps lost game 1 to Space Station Gaming, but I bet if we look over there right now, they'll be up like 5-1 in game 2. It's fine. That's what the Peeps do. Please
Something
don't
we
look over
actually-
there. I don't want to see that they're. Oh, they are winning! Look at that! They're winning. This is perfect. Wait, are they winning?
Space Station.
No, they're
are
not
up,
winning. Oh no!
Yeah, no. Unfortunate.
I thought it was a
Sorry.
1. You know, their text bothers me.
Yeah, Space Station up 3-2, 10 seconds on the clock. They'll probably secure this game, but anything can happen. Bad
They'll
bounce
probably
either
secure
which
this
way. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Just
to
rub it in
offend.
a little more. Rub it in a little more. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Ball's gonna touch the ground eventually. I'm sure, because Nose Dude said it will. And
course,
Peeps can't
I'm-
possibly come back.
I'm always correct.
Yeah, you are.
There we go.
You are.
Naturally.
Yep. Congratulations. Yeah, you made a bold prediction with 15 seconds left that Space Station was gonna win.
And Rogue, they are up 3-2 over NRG. This is probably going to be a tighter series than most had imagined. I think NRG not looking in quite their best form, and Turinturo making it 4-2 with 1:27 on the clock.
We did get an update, by the way, because this is breaking news. 9-0, the final score for version 1.
Oh,
tying up the series with Jamal Jabari. If it were a fight, they would have stopped it about 2 minutes in, I'm sure.
Yeah, that is a wicked goal line. But something I think we saw in week 3 was another blowout. I forget which series it was, but more or less what we were talking about is how even if you lose an individual game badly, it's often not all that big of a deal. You tend to shake it off fairly quickly and focus on the next game. However, right now, we're focusing on Ghost and United. It's tied 2-2 until Joe Freshness puts it away. This is probably securing the game.
Joe Freshness, your fellow countryman, who you have no faith in, by the way. I still remember from last week. Yeah, no faith whatsoever. Breaking the tie. About to give Ghost Gaming a 2-0 lead. Oh, what a win, though. What a kickoff
play.
I mean, this is what kickoff goes. I mean, they get the demo and everything. Everything was perfect except the shot.
Yeah, that backboard touch, or rather the placement, it's just too low so it doesn't get the bounce down. It goes way too far out, and the shot just not possible from that angle.
Looking like we might have another. No, we will not. Pittsburgh Knights are about to go up 2-0 on G2 after this ricochets around and in.
Great pass from ZPS. The shot, I guess we can call it planned. I don't know if anyone else would agree with that. It goes off the post, back into the shooter, and somehow bounces ever so gingerly into the net. That is just a tragic way to lose a game at 0 seconds.
The Peeps are still mourning the loss of their very short-lived unofficial world championship as they have fallen behind again to Space Station, and probably about to go down 2-0 in this game because Space Station on the attack again right off the kickoff. There's been not much to celebrate if you're a Peeps fan, like somebody here. And NRG and Rogue did start. I was looking around at all the other matches. 16 minutes in, they're finally done with game 1. Bravo.
Yeah, I believe the scoreline was 5-2 for Rogue, so they ended up running away with that game. Space Station looking to take this in a sweep against the Peeps, grabbing a second 3 minutes on the clock in what could be the final game for the Peeps.
The final game, of course, until tomorrow night when we have the playoff bracket. All 16 teams will be in action. The Peeps finally get on the board. And what else we got going on? Envy up 2-1 in their series now with the KC Pioneers. Looking to close things out fairly quickly there. And the Pittsburgh Knights are underway in game 3 with G2. It has not been a very happy and festive watch party over on Athena's stream for this particular series. A lot of action, but not much of it in G2's favor.
Yeah, I can almost hear the commentary of the G2 desk consisting of Athena and Orb. It's not going quite as well as they'd hope.
Hey, Orb was working on his play-by-play earlier. I thought it was great. We tuned in and... All right, which team wants to win it more? Both teams trying to win here in overtime, and it's not going to be G2 because it was Ghost at the time. It was fun.
Oh, I was just watching Torment in the top left. He's a little low on boost, but this pass just doesn't get cut by anyone, and Krazik's there to put it away from the goalie, just redirecting it in the nick of time. Great way to bring this game back into a 1-goal deficit. 2 minutes left on the clock. I imagine V1 have what it takes to hold off the offense of Jamal Jabari. However, Jamal Jabari, they've been looking very strong today, and as we mentioned earlier, they lost last game 9-0, has very little impact on the scoreline of the next. Wow.
Well, yeah, so great. They ended an 11 unanswered goal streak from version 1. And then after they break that streak, they give up another. So, yeah, congratulations. Looking like version 1 starting to take control of the series with Jamal Jabari. Would put them to 2-1, give them, if they can hold on and take the series as we go on through the night, they would finish the night with 20 more points, and that would certainly help pull them away from that 10th spot. But you have to imagine, you're going to want to be, I don't know, 110, 120, maybe even 130, and you're going to want at least out of the first round to give yourself a chance at avoiding bottom 6 here in the grid tomorrow night. We'll see, though. There's still a lot of Rocket League to be played in this game alone and all the others going on throughout the night.
Now, just looking around at all the matches, Susquehanna Sonics up 3-0 with a minute 30 over Alpine. That is a much more substantial lead than I'd expect in this matchup. Alpine, they've shown that they have very high peaks. It seems like those peaks are missing in action against Susquehanna Sonics. 3-0, just a minute left now, and the Ghost United game, I believe that just got tied up 1-1 apiece. I think it was United that just scored, and Ghost, they're up 2 in that series, so United not looking good after getting scored on by Joe Freshness. Who else?
Where'd the live reactions go? I want to see more. I want to see more live reactions in Twitch Lite mode to that goal from Ghost Gaming.
Yeah, those chat messages got hidden real quick after that goal.
Lol, defense. What a save. What a save. What a save. Yeah, okay.
This Continuum and Charlotte Phoenix game. Continuum up by 2 in the series, but it's minute 30 and it's still 0-0. Well, not for long. Oh, that is often.
How? No. Okay. How does this ball come out like this? Are you kidding me?
Stacks, 6,000 hours in the game. You gotta read that. Bob, no. Oh, that's a tragic own goal. Oh no. Charlotte Phoenix taking the lead, 124 on the clock, and Gimmick making it 5-2, securing the game against Jamal Jabari.
The Charlotte Phoenix haven't been able to score all night. And that's how they get on the board. They're going to win that game. You know that, right? They're absolutely going to win that game 1-0.
Yeah, they're just
oh boy,
reading Bob every step of the way, forcing his action, making him own goal, without a doubt, according to the game plan of Charlotte Phoenix. Is
All
this
hail
another
King Relic.
another own goal? No.
Oh, maybe? No.
Oh,
never mind. So Continuum in an absolute war. Space Station, we're getting the final update. They have decided to actually play a series tonight and have won 3-0 over the Peeps. Very tragic news coming out of the off-screen matches at the moment. And what's happened over at Ghost and E United? Yes, the party leader has left because the party leader has lost to Ghost Gaming.
Yeah, Ghost taking that 3-0. I really hoped United would put up more of a fight. They've looked stronger in weeks 1 and 2 of the grid. 3 and 4, not so much. Oh, Bob.
No way. Bob's got 2 goals in this game.
That's why they call him Big Bob, coming up huge in clutch moments like this, the 0-second goal to force overtime.
Well, let's check in over at All Mid TV and Continuum stream with Jorby and K Factor. We got RLCSOT coming your way.
I can't believe what I'm watching.
Oh, the pass, dude. The pass with Aeon was so perfect. He's like, no. Okay, Karma missed. Whew, close one.
Oh my god.
Bob is amazing.
This is too good.
K Factor, you're losing it, man. You're losing it.
I know. I mean, Bob's giving me a reason to lose it, though. It's
Look at him go. He's got
one
boost.
more.
He's
One
got the
more.
ball. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough angle for how far away he was coming from.
Yeah.
I love the confidence, though. Hang on a second. He's got to make this save. Oh, that's easy. That's not. Don't touch it like that, though.
He's going again.
No, he
All right.
ain't gonna get there. Wait, okay. Bob's rotating back. Ready? He's got the boost now. Okay, he's turning tail.
Wait.
He's chasing this down. He's like, Karma, no chance. Look at this read. It's Bob! Oh, Elras took it away!
They're trying to get him that goal. He seems to be there every time. But Rogue is they're just not allowing it. They can't allow it. Aeon. Oh, wait a minute. Bob!
Oh, man. If Bob scores this goal, he's Rookie of the Year. Period.
Sure.
We're halfway through. We're halfway through Season X. He's already Rookie of the Year. He has. I don't think he's even played an RLCS game yet. Just grid.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. Okay, Charlotte Phoenix totally just beamed the ball against the back wall. Now this is where Bob shines. 42 boost in a dream. Oh no, Elras is there. No fun.
He's always there. He's not
I
letting
know.
Bob do it. He refuses.
Someone demo him.
Get him
Wait
out.
for another Aeon sick pass to Bob. Or no.
It's there.
Yes.
It's there.
Oh no! Oh my gosh, they're really trying. They're really trying to give Bob this goal. Aeon, don't score. Yeah. Avoid rally. Now get the pass around Karma.
Wow.
No, Bob, just go. Bob, you just gotta go for that. Don't sit. Oh no, that's the wrong read, Bob.
Get down.
That's the wrong read. Oh look, Bob.
Wait a minute.
Whip around. Bob scores.
Yes.
these.
Yes.
Oh, Elras, are you kidding me? Get him out! Get him out! Get our ass out of here, dude! You're preventing our build-up Bob moment.
He refuses. He actually refuses. You know, I did just get a phone call, and I got word that an overtime goal does count for 3 build-a-bob moments. That would put him in double digits.
Perfect.
On the build-a-bob counter.
We write the rules on this stream.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing that we're already 3 minutes in.
You're just straight up watching as a fan now. You're like, oh, please don't let us get scored on. Please don't let us get scored on.
I want to see it so bad.
Oh, they're stuck in the orange half right now, though. This is okay. That's a good challenge from Astro. Maybe we can break through here. Ooh, Elras, okay. All right, Bob. Okay, Bob. Bob. Oh no, he didn't get it. Dude, every time Bob touches the ball, it's fire, dude.
It is.
He goes supersonic immediately, and he's like, I'm gonna nail every double I go for.
We need. Oh, if we get a double touch flip reset from Bob to end this game, I'm.
Yo, no.
I may
no,
quit.
Bob, don't go for flip resets. No. We're not doing that. He's not ready. He's not ready, K-Factor. He's ready for this. He takes the shot, but it's too high. It comes for free, but Karma grabbed it.
Yeah, I mean, even when Charlotte seems to have some kind of offensive pressure, it never amounts to a shot. And then they've been kind of just playing defense for the last 4 minutes straight. It's
Well, I don't know. No, Charlotte were pushing him for a little while, like for a solid minute of that. I don't know.
Maybe I'm blinded by Bob. I don't know.
Dude, I feel you, man. I have lost all my sight due to Bob. I've been on Bob's cam. Like, I've just been on Bob's cam watching him. Oh, Karma stole the boost. Bob's in a bad spot. No, Elras couldn't handle it. Everything's fine.
They're working through it.
I'm watching as a fan now, K-Factor. I was simply projecting earlier.
I'm with you. You've got me on it.
Oh, Bob! He's always picked on in overtime in front of the net. Oh, the poor guy. No. That's a nice shot, Karma.
Yeah, that's
my gosh.
I mean, take just a little ounce of speed, like a pinch. Pinch out a little speed off of that shot, and I think Bob makes that save. But
dude, Bob was at the.
I just want to point out Bob had the last touch on all 3 goals that went in on that game. So, Charlotte Phoenix stays alive. And we switch over now to Supersonic and Lawler on the version 1 stream as V1 tries to rip the unofficial World Championship away from Jamal Jabari.
In Group A. Palm demoed out early here. Again, that continue aggressive play style out of Jamal Jabari, looking for bumps. Demos immediately off kickoff here in OT. They have no intent of slowing down. Back against the wall, they don't care. They're definitely that play style of we're just going to attack you and hope that it works out. We have no intent of being that methodical backline team. We're not going to be an Envy. We're not going to be one of those squads that's just holding down the back line. We want to be in your face.
Off the back wall into the corner. Shot on target. Need to be careful with Toasty there. Luckily, Gimmick able to sweep on through. Is going to secure the midfield boost, but a good challenge by offensive Jamal Jabari. Does keep it in this half. V1 having a really rough time of breaking it out and keeping it there. Right toward Jamal Jabari, but it is Gimmick getting go up high, and you immediately see his teammates sweeping on through, trying to support him in any way he can as this one gets cleared across the other side. It's actually Toasty with the second touch. He puts it back towards his own target. So paired with the demo, some bumps, slowing it down, seeing if he can go for another fake. It's underneath one, neutral 50 on another. Can he get the third? It's in front of the net. Is there someone there for the follow-up? Version 1 not able to get there, but they are going to further extend their advantage here on offense. Denying Boost just all the control in the world, as it's a mistake, a shot straight off the backboard, a shot followed up. It's a bump, and he actually ends up saving it because of the bump. It could have been all over here, but for Jamal Jabari, they stay alive. This could be an opportunity. It's a good save in front of the net. And it's up to Com, slowing it down, a flick past one. It's a wide open net. No, there's a player hiding in the blue. Jamal Jabari doing whatever they can to stay alive, even if it is a little bit of help from version 1.
LJ going to try and bring this one forward himself, looking to get that touch. 50's out. Gimmick going to take control of this, looks to catch it, can't get the touch as Krasic pops it up and over him. And Torment going to finally get a big clear downfield. That one picked up by LJ. Nobody back. Good touch. Gimmick loses that. We're in a very bad situation, so good effort from him. Goes up, calls himself out of the play, and should be able to put it across net. Krasic's sneaky little speed play there to get another touch.
Good challenge with midfield and minimal boost having to be expended. As Gimmick trying to move his way downfield, and again, very chippy here from Jamal Jabari. Just on any rotation through, just a little bit of chip, a little bit of a bump to throw these guys off. Allowing them to stay up on offense. A great pass in the midfield and rewarded for it. Jamal Jabari going to bring it to game 5.
Oh, as this play started devolving, this is where it starts falling into their hands. As Jamal Jabari gets us uncomfortable and gets us out of position.
You gotta knock out the champ. Not so fast, my friend. Jamal Jabari forcing game 5. Trying to go 3-0 again in the group stage, and 30 very valuable points on the line if they can do so. Meanwhile, you see Rogue closing in on a sweep of NRG, unless NRG can go the length of the field on this drive, keeping the ball in the air, and they will not. Rogue sweeps NRG, and will go 3-0 in Group B.
Yeah, not the results I think many people expected, except for the most passionate of First Killer fans. Rogue sweeping NRG. This is just... I think at this point, if you're NRG, you realize something is up. You know, it's one thing to have a bad result here or there, and to maybe even lose to a team who's almost below your radar, but to get swept by Rogue, a team who you, without a doubt, have scrimmed against a lot. Excuse me, scrimmed against a lot. It's very difficult to kind of shrug off a loss like this. I think there's something kind of just wrong with either the mechanics of NRG right now. Either they're very rusty, or the game plan overall is just being very easily countered. Maybe they need to change something up. It's hard to say, but something's got to give for NRG. They got to change something.
Series score 6-0. NRG against Rogue coming in 20-5. The game differential 60-33. The goal differential did not matter tonight.
Wow.
As Rogue, I mean, they had at least a blowout win that we saw wrap up in game 1, and we saw the tail end of game 3 where NRG could not go the length of the field to tie things up. So Rogue with a sweep. Hey, if you're going to beat a team for the first time this season, might as well make a statement in the process, and they did. So Rogue finishes their night 3-0. They'll be one of the top 4 seeds. NRG will go 2-1 in that group, so they'll be in the 5-8 range. And we'll see from that group who actually goes in in the 13-16 line at the bottom at the conclusion of this series with the Charlotte Phoenix and Continuum. Bob and friends have tied up that game, and we've got maybe another RLCSOT looming.
Yeah, it's possible. Great shot by Astro to force a attempted save from Karma, and unfortunately it gets put into her own net, but not too much of an option. The placement was just too good on the redirect, and now 25 seconds left. Something's got to happen. Relly, player subbing in for today, he gets the go-ahead goal with 23 seconds left on the clock. They are up against match point, continuing with 2. Charlotte Phoenix with 1. This was crucial.
You know, talking about how much of a difference maker Shadow is, how weird and fitting would it be if Relly is literally the difference between Charlotte and Continuum. He has had a phenomenal series here against Continuum as Charlotte tries to bring that series back, looking for a reverse sweep of Continuum, and it looks like they're going to hang on. Continuum, they also have to traverse the length of the field, and not the best first touch from Bob because it wasn't a touch at all.
However, it does give his teammate time to control it. They had a chance to bring it back, and Relly almost grabbed another goal off that corner. Almost got the redirect, but it's not the case. Regardless, however, Charlotte Phoenix, they do pick up that game win. They're now going to Game 5 against Continuum.
Build-A-Bob counter is at 10. They did not add many to the total in that particular game. They'll have one more chance to do so. Game 5 will be coming your way between Continuum and Charlotte Phoenix. Game 5 underway on the left-hand side, as you see, between Jamal Jabari and Version 1, which has suddenly turned into, over the course of the past week and a half, a very relevant series. Not just for the unofficial World Championship and, you know, all that hullabaloo, but also a lot of points on the line here. I say a lot of points. It's 10 for both these teams, but they both could use them desperately in the grid point standings. So maybe just the next goal here is going to decide a lot in the grid.
Yeah, it could very well. And I mean, along with both these teams being relatively close in standings, oh my goodness, just getting there in time for the save is V1 and a demo coming out. That's clutch. It's going to cause a lot of hesitation and panic for the defense of V1. However, some good safe 50s trying to mitigate the risk, buy time for V1 to get boost. You can see just how low they all are. All on 0, clutch save. However, the pressure's not off yet. They all have to get boost. Gimmick grabs 100, and he manages to get back. He's going to try and buy time for his teammates now to get boost, and he does so successfully. The ball now well out of the V1 half, but it comes right back. Jamal Jabari not making this easy at all for V1.
Look.
Oh,
Hello.
no. Okay.
Nah. No chance. No chance. The rotations from especially Torment. You're not going to see Version 1 give up many empty net goals. You would expect. Maybe not the case earlier on in this season. And maybe that's a sign of how much calm means to this team. The point standings that we keep referencing throughout the night as we dip down it almost to 30 seconds. And we may have an overtime looming here. You know, E United, they're like the gatekeepers right now, sitting in 10th spot coming in. They've only got 10 points out of tonight so far. They're 1-1. Jamal Jabari, if they can sweep the group, they will finish on 70 points going into the playoff bracket tomorrow. And E United, they're going to be sweating a lot because it may well come down to JJ and EU for that 10th spot in the grid standings. Let's listen in now on the Version 1 side, as it looks like we do have overtime brewing between Jamal Jabari and V1.
Again and transition the other way. Toasty over the top. Gimmick using all of his boosts. It's up top. A shot in. It's actually a goal. Krazik's going to sit there in the wing and put it away. And Jamal Jabari in the final seconds off the assist from Toasty are going to steal away Game 5 and the series 3-0 on the day.
It is so fitting that the day for Version 1 begins and ends with, all right, let's tune into the Version 1 stream. We're about to see an overtime. and a 0-second goal. Won 4 version 1 against the Peeps, and that one right there from Jamal Jabari. And still your unofficial world champions at 3-0 on the night for the grid. What a night for JJ.
Yeah, they've had an incredible night. 2 weeks in a row, and now 2 minutes 30 on the clock for the Charlotte Phoenix game. It's game 5. It's tied. This could not get any closer for these two teams.
And it's Alraz breaking the tie for the Charlotte Phoenix. Boy, that's big. Unfortunately, the giveaway by Bob.
Fantastic pass by Relly as well, right to Alraz on the nose.
Well, you know what the problem is? You see it up there in the corner. Bob left the party. That's the whole problem right there.
That's the issue. Bob's
you gotta
teammates.
Get back to the party, Bob.
Just Bob's teammates not living up to his standards. So
come back. Your people need you. Nope.
Cleared by Karma. Relly to chase and knocked aside easily. Mid pass, and that's wide open. What are you doing, Charlotte Phoenix? Good touch though by Alraz to tip it up, stop the ball from being kept in their own end. But you see, there's just almost, it's not even double committing. They're just getting on top of each other, the Charlotte Phoenix defense. And it means they're unable to find each other in passes. They're unable to really spread the field and force the continuum defense. Oh, there it is. Relly, who else could it be? Doubling the lead of Charlotte Phoenix, 140 on the clock. Karma taking it all the way from her own end, giving Relly the empty net. And Continuum, they are up against the ropes now, minute 40. Very little time to come back from a 2-goal deficit, but not impossible.
Both teams 0-2 in the grid so far. Charlotte Phoenix looking for a rare win in the group stage. They've been few and far between throughout this 4-week grid process, but you get a win going into the playoffs tomorrow night. You at least give yourself that much more of a chance because they come in on 30 points. They finish the night on 40. Need a lot of work, and they need a lot more like this. I wonder, hey, does Relly play tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair question. I don't think it's unreasonable to expect that. He's looked very strong today. Charlotte Phoenix in the past haven't had this much success. Mind you, it's against Continuum, one of the weaker teams, and they also have a substitute of their own.
How dare you call the team with Bob on it one of the weaker teams? Have you learned nothing?
Yeah, I'm afraid Bob's going to come down to smite me. Relly, what is that touch? You had an empty net. You took it away from Alraz. Where is the communication? Charlotte Phoenix could have been 3-0, but they're up by 2. They're not going to be too happy about letting the clock run down. They just got to make sure to not let a goal in. Karma keeping the ball in the offensive half. Alraz doing much the same, and Relly quick to follow this, trying to put a shot on net, but 10 seconds left. This game is... Oh, no. Oh, no. Bob.
It's Bob. Add one to the Build-A-Bob counter. Here we go. And by the way, everybody, this is not an act that Nose Dude is putting on. During the breaks and when we're listening to other streams, this is what he does. Like, he is... This is why I want to see coaches on stage at every LAN, because I'm sure Nose Dude would light up any team he coached. I think it would be great. Oh, Bob, no!
Oh, my gosh.
Bob, why?
Keep it up, please.
First of all, I thought that ball touched at 0. That's okay, but fine.
Fake.
What a
Alraz,
fake.
Too smart.
What a fake. Okay, well.
Charlotte Phoenix.
We tried. We tried to will Bob to victory. I haven't seen this much hype for a player like Bob since Universal Open when Dad finally scored a goal.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I think, was it Sir Jump on Stuff and his dad?
It
was that who it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to get a tweet later tonight like, whoa, I just heard my name mentioned on the grid stream. Somebody still knows who I am. Yes, we do remember one of the legendary moments in RL Esports history. Like Jamal Jabari going 6-0 over the last 2 grid groups. They will need a much better day tomorrow than they had last week in the playoffs to save their grid season, but they're going to go up to 70 points. They'll be in that 11 to 12 range going into tomorrow night. Rogue 3-0 after they housed NRG. Both those teams, you imagine, will be in the hunt tomorrow during the playoffs.
Yeah, and so for the night, groups A and B, they're done. Rogue, as you mentioned, they go 3-0. Continuum 0-3. Now we're just left with groups C and D. G2 East, all of Group C is tied, in fact. That is an interesting sight. Team Envy, they're leading Group D, and Alpine, they're leading from the other half of Group D, all the way at the bottom.
You know, I thought Group C would be much closer when I looked at the standings. Yeah, I thought they would be just a little bit, but here we are. All 4 teams 1-1. We've got one more round to go. G2, E United, Pittsburgh Knights and Ghost, Envy and the Susquehanna Sonics, and KC Pioneers against Alpine. Those are our final 4 matches of the night. We're going to look at some highlights from the night that has been, and then look ahead to the night that's about to be. Round 4 of Grid Overtime coming your way next.
Help or not. Ooh, Garrett with 4 goals now. Somebody must have added him because Garrett now is sinking shot after shot. Look at that. Ooh. What do you do with that? Yeah, how
He's slowing it down. Okay, going for a more dribble approach.
Jordan's good on this.
Maybe I actually like that. I think that could be something that could split it in half.
This is good.
What? Hold on a second. Where did Magic Bear come from? Did he get bumped? Look at Magic Bear. Look at him. He's flying in here. He got bumped and what? And used his flip, bro.
And following up, using that transitional attack, like you said, and it's put him in a good spot here. Mektos with a big save, though, keeps Ghost alive in the final 20 seconds. Can we do it? Lion Blaze has time. He's got Mektos in the middle as well. There it is. They get the pinch. They get the tie. 16 seconds left. Don't count Ghost out.
Beautiful work put in by all 3 players. I mean, Freshness going for the demo, taking one to Mike out of the equation entirely, and then the pinch play just forced.
Do with like oppressive offenses and blah blah blah. This physical play, like it's tough. I don't know how to. Okay, you just outscore him like that. You just avoid him, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a level of mechanics that you can use to your advantage if you got Magic Bear on your team. What a follow-up. And using the flip to get multiple.
Now Karma will try to make him pay for it, but nobody home out in front. And they'll have to turn his shot on, but Astro able to make a save, a good answer. Now Karma up for this one, shot, and she hits it, top shelf, and Charlotte will stay alive in this one. A grind of an overtime, and they will put it away and stay alive. It'll be 2-1 in the series for Continuum. Charlotte Phoenix on the doorstep.
Okay, somebody clip this. Can we get a clip? Can we get a clip? I got
Oh my goodness, what a save!
But sliding it right on in, are you kidding me, Rodoko?
Oh my god! Unbelievable! The defense crumbles! The tank is empty! And we are going to overtime!
Welcome back to the Grid Overtime. I'm your host, Stax, alongside the other host, Dude with a Nose. Trevor, we have seen crazy stuff happening all throughout the night. It sounds like I'm just repeating myself from last week.
Yeah.
Jamal Jabari goes 3-0. NRG goes 2-1. Rogue goes 3-0 as they beat NRG for the first time this season. And now we've got two groups left, Group C and D, duking it out here in the final round.
Yeah, down to Group C and D. In Group C, they're all tied 1 apiece. It's not quite what I expected going into this. You know, it's G2, United, Pittsburgh Knights, and Ghost Gaming. You'd expect G2 to come out on top 2-0 so far, but that's not been the case. Envy,
There's
however,
only... sorry, I was just going to say, there's only one matchup in this round where both teams have won a game against, or won a series against each other. And that's the Pittsburgh Knights and Ghost, which is still 5-1 in favor of PK. A lot of one-sided matchups, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. We actually have, against my will, we have a guest here for the final round. It is NRG Mission Control's very own Dazarin. We're gonna have, so we got former NRG sub, current NRG caster. It is the esteemed Dazarin is here. How you doing, Reverend?
Champions to now not being able to really do well at all in these past couple of group stages. It's been really bumpy, but I feel like we're on the way of getting back on track.
I liked you better at the beginning when you were talking, but yeah, we got your audio squared away now. Okay. Yeah, NRG 2-1. Hey, you know, they did have kind of a rough playoff last week, but I mean, get the regional coming up with this weekend coming up, the RLCS X Games. I'll get it right eventually. I got a few days, but you know, what are we looking forward to with NRG against some, you know, especially some of these teams? You have to imagine they're going to square off against most of them throughout the weekend.
Yeah, I feel like for them, recently, the toughest task for them has been getting back into the groove of some of the lower-ended teams that we've seen, right? I've seen them struggle at the beginning of the day against Continuum. They dropped the first game of the day. Then it came down to the Charlotte Phoenix match, and they start to bring back in life. But, of course, I mean, the biggest one that I think not only NRG should be looking at, but a lot of teams is Jamal Jabari. They've had a fantastic day today. They had a good week last week. I think Jamal Jabari, if they get some of the consistency issues sorted out that we've seen from them, they're going to challenge some of the boys at the top.
Yeah, the fact that Jamal Jabari, 2 weeks in a row, they put up a stellar performance on the group stage, I think it makes me hesitate a little to say, oh, they're just having a good day. Because to do that 2 weeks in a row in important days, it's a little more than just getting lucky, you know? They've obviously got a game plan that works, and although the single elimination bracket didn't work out so well for Jamal Jabari last week, I think it's not unreasonable to expect a much better day 2 coming into week 4.
Well, we've got one game going on right now. You can see Ghost Gaming with the Pittsburgh Knights. The other matchups, they'll be filtering in as we go on. Daz, no stranger to having matches kind of delayed getting started, as you guys took your sweet time tonight. I'm putting all the blame probably on James, to be honest. But like, okay, we're like 15 minutes in. I'm watching a Visine ad on my NRG stream. Like, what is going on here? Okay, is your eyesight that bad or what?
All right, that's not funny. Look, okay, so there's a story, right? So Garrett G, this is actually really interesting too, because it explains every win and every loss that we had. But Garrett G had to go to the bathroom before every series we had to play. Like he had to number 2 before every series we had to play. So that's the reason why we got delayed, but we won all those series. But the Rogue series, Turo ended up doing the same exact thing. And what happened? Rogue stopped that series, and Turo was actually, I mean, he had to have been the MVP of that series. So that's like, I don't know what's going on. There's these new pregame rituals or whatever, but people,
Yeah,
they're doing whatever
that's
they
the
can
new
to feel
tech.
light. Yeah, they're just trying to feel lighter. That's all it is.
Back in my day, it was the banana strawberry smoothie. Now it's just going to the washroom before a series. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, great. So the eSport pros diet. I'm sure that is entirely unhealthy. Well, it worked for Turnturo. I guess he wanted it more, huh, Daz?
And look, you got added in that tweet, okay? He tweeted
I
it
did.
himself.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah, he sure did.
So I think for me, weird day for sure. We definitely had some delays, and I mean, even me and James were trying to figure out what was going on at some point. But it just seems like these guys don't know how to use the bathroom during the break. It always magically happens before the game starts. I don't know what's up with that.
Sometimes you just got the nervous turds, man. Can't help it.
What did I walk into?
That's how it is, game time approaches, you gotta deal with it,
He waits until the last week of the NA grid, and that's your quote from the entire season out of Nose Dude. What a goal from Wonder Mike. G2 has struggled with some of these teams, by the way. I mean, G2 has had a kind of a rough night. They did not do well in their last round. E United's bringing it back. By the way, the goal transitions for E United, they keep bringing up the live reactions. They pull them down immediately. I'm sure you haven't seen it yet, Daz. We saw they brought these live reactions up. They're using Twitch Lite mode, by the way, which just kills me. And then immediately, Joe Freshness, I think it was, scores, and they couldn't take that live reaction stuff off fast enough.
Well, I enjoy the E United's production, and I like what they're doing. It's very them, as they have been trying to increase their designs recently. So yeah, I've definitely taken note of it. But yeah, sometimes it kind of bites you in the butt when you get scored on. You got the live reactions up. You don't like to see that, but hopefully they can come out with a win here against G2. It's a tough task, but I feel like E United has always just been kind of the bottom of the pack team that everyone thinks can do good, but they just haven't been able to manage against the top teams.
That tie was almost broken, but the RLC SOT spam in the chat was good enough. We'd like to see a little bit more, as we're going to get our first, maybe going to get our first OT of the last round. Maybe. Let's go over to the E United stream with Sleegy and Hunted, EU against G2.
Very well could happen, though. They're keeping it up with 0 seconds left. Tristan to one to Mike, who's trying to keep it up. As Rizzo now to Chicago, one to Mike to intercept Tristan. Backboard opportunity is a shot off the corner.
Wow.
One to Mike was looking to finish things off, but we are going to have overtime in game number 1.
Well, that took quite a while for the ball to come down, and as you said, overtime game 1, immediately G2 with a chance. Locked down by Ajax that time. Tristan will clear the zone, and we'll see if JNAPS and company can work the offensive. Nice little move off the crossbar. JNAPS nearly did it himself. Now Rizzo in and out of the corner. Here's Ajax patient over top. Chicago's in a bit of trouble, but nobody pushing forward here from E United. Chicago with a ton of time. JNAPS just going to bounce this one down. Chicago's there, and the defense is gone from EU. Why did he have so much time at midfield?
Oh, it's just Ajax not able to get back in time. The initial challenge wasn't great. One to Mike wasn't able to get enough to keep it away, and there's just not enough time for EU.
So game 1, going the way of G2. Daz, never change. I just want to, y'all can't hear us behind the scenes when we're watching some of these matchups. We absolutely have the best time. As much as I just dunk on Dazarin when the mics are actually on, I always love having Daz on. Is this the third time we had you on, or just the second?
This is the second. This is the second time.
It's only the second? It feels like we've had you on 4 or 5 times, because it's just an absolute delight. And it looks like we may have to step away very soon again. So you see up in the top right, Envy and the Susquehanna Sonics. They're all knotted up here with 30 seconds left.
Probably not the result most were expecting. Susquehanna
No.
Sonics do seem to be having a better night than most of their nights. Envy hasn't been looking too weak tonight either. They 3-1 to Alpine and 3-1 Kansas City Pioneers earlier tonight, but who knows, maybe Sonics are going to be their toughest opponents yet. 10 seconds left until we enter that overtime, barring any goals. See how that goes.
The spam game is very strong. RLCSOT number 2 of the 4th round. Coming your way over on the Team Envy stream. Envy against the Sonics. Here we go.
Yeah, and it's just been, I would say, awkward, I think, right? It would be the word, you know, it's just not too many team plays, not what we've expected. It's Shock is just going to take it all the way himself. Nothing awkward about that touch. Just takes it all the way from his end of the field, gets one last touch. It's enough to beat Mist inside the post, and the Sonics take game 1.
Oh, and that one, not quite what you're hoping for, but it is going to be game number 1 in favor of Sonics. It still felt really close. I still didn't.
Wow, that's crazy. 2-1 Susquehanna Sonics in game 1. I'm not quite as comfortable here as they are up 1-0 in the series. Boy, we got just a lot going on. Pioneers took their first game. You see F-God and Turtle there on the Alpine stream. Alpine has struggled throughout this grid, Dazrin, and it's weird because we know that they're a team much like, you know, your teams like Jamal, Jabari, the Peeps, etc., that have this pop-off potential, but when they're not at that high, their lows are craters. Yeah.
Catastrophic,
Yeah,
I'd
that's
say. You know, like
almost a polite way of putting it, really.
Yeah. When Alpine's not at their best, there is no... Alpine is never decent, right? Like, they're either top of their game, really, really good, a scary opponent to face, or they're, hey, why couldn't we get these guys in the first round, or whatever.
It's a little frustrating to watch them, just with how inconsistent they are and how different those peaks are from those valleys.
You know, looking at just North America as a whole, I feel like we're entering kind of a shift in balance where you see, you know, going into the fall split, or coming out of the fall split, I should say, a lot of teams had their places, right? KCP was near, you know, they were trying to argue for a top 5 spot. Same for the Peeps. Rogue was not doing well at all. Alpine was just kind of like, you know, they were sitting there with United and Sonics and Ghost and even PK. But this winter split has shown an intense shift on teams and what they've been able to do. A lot of teams are getting this newfound confidence, like Knights, like Ghost, even Sonics. You talk about Sonics, especially here, right? They are up in the series against Envy. Last week, they first rounded NRG in the playoffs. So this is a team, again, that's just like all these other ones that are sitting here and saying, okay, you know, we know what our max is, what our potential is. We know what we can do. Let's start to transition that, and they're starting to improve and catch up to the top 4.
When they're doing it after that long winter layoff too, I mean, it seems to have really hit, I mean, not as much Envy because, again, they did get to the finals last week in the grid, but it seems to have hit these top teams really hard because, you know, when the lights are on and you get to that playoff stage, you know, your NRGs, your G2s, I mean, neither team looked, okay, G2 looked fine in the playoff stage, but they weren't world beaters like you would normally expect.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the younger teams and the more hungry teams, their time usage during the break wasn't all that much of a break for them. It seems like they've been on the grind, and the top teams, they actually took a break during the break. And, you know, I guess, in other words, the younger teams, they just wanted it more. So they've been making full use of that time. They were looking much stronger after the break.
Wanted it more. Okay.
Sax, you seem distraught. It seems like you can't comprehend this ability that, you know, some teams just want it more. Like, I feel like that's definitely a reasonable line of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. I've told, so to explain this whole thing to everybody that isn't in the loop. I mean, there are almost 30,000 of you watching. Probably like 5 of you might actually get what Daz and I are talking about here. Daz constantly brings up, sometimes they just want it more. I hate that. Like, it's, I come from like, the world of like youth sports, and I always hear a parent yelling like, you gotta want it more, you gotta want it more. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Little Johnny shows up the game. He just don't want to win as much as the guy across the field from him. Sure. And so I constantly rip on, like, I'll give Daz a bunch of guff for constantly saying that. And then it turns out it's true. In NA, at least. Like, you can tell when players just aren't into it, when they just don't want it more. And it infuriates me that that's actually like a legit thing.
I don't know what else to tell you, man. I'm just speaking fact. Look at that goal from Ajax, though. Did you see that?
Yeah,
that's a boy that wants it.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't want it for the first 4.5 minutes of the game.
My goodness, he sped through that.
Very quick to that. Most part, I've just been staring.
No live reactions? No live reactions to the goal that makes it 1-3?
No time left. Where's the reactions, guys?
Oh, bummer. We got another one brewing in game 2 between Envy and the Susquehanna Sonics.
Yeah, I've just been
45
staring
seconds?
at this.
Okay.
It feels like Sonics have always been just on the cusp of scoring, but not quite getting close enough to actually keep the pressure on. So Envy's, been pretty much getting away for free.
Oh.
That almost going in to double the lead for Envy, but it's not going to be the case. And now this is Sonic's chance. Big counterattack, but the demo comes through and pretty much grinds that to a halt.
We'll see if we can get an equalizer here from the Sonics. That's a chance. Oh, what a save!
Missed.
Oh,
what
my
an insane
goodness.
save.
It had to be missed, huh? Who else was it going to be? He is such a great defender. And Envy, they're counting their lucky stars that they got him on the roster. Man, oh man. That series is all tied up, and it has been a battle between Team Envy and the Sonics.
Wow, that's got to be the one to watch for tonight. To be honest, that's so close how that ended up going. I mean, literally, Envy are one play away or one misstep away from we would be in OT right now. And as again, like you talked about it, Stacks yourself, just had the knowledge of knowing how well Team Envy have been able to do in the past. The fact that they're struggling right here against the Sonics is kind of a worrying concern here.
Put another one on the pile here, by the way. We had last week, Alpine lost the game 8-1. Tonight we saw version 1 beat Jamal Jabari 9-0. And Kansas City Pioneers are putting together quite the blowout. 5-0 in the closing seconds. Alpine finally trying to actually score a goal, and they will not.
I heard a faint wait what when you brought up V1 beating Jamal Jabari 9-0.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've been able to keep up from NRG headquarters, but Torment has been absolutely peaking these last couple grids. It's been insane to watch.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, V1 they went their entire day was game 5 sets. And they beat SSG. SSG went 1-2
yeah.
on the day. Okay. And like, not to be honest, Peeps probably should have won that matchup if what I'm looking at is right here. But wow.
Yeah, tell me about it. The Space Station, like, that's the one series they showed up for.
That, to me, that's so frustrating though. Peeps just won the last grid, and now they have a day 1 like this. It's just so weird. This is
they're going to be one of the bottom 4 seeds going into tomorrow's playoffs. Reigning champions, by the way.
Oh no, that was funny. On the Jamal, I did catch Jamal Jabari winning that series, and I saw I mean, what was it, 6-2? That was incredible. They had a graphic that said unofficial world champions after they won the series. I was like, someone made a graphic for that matchup. I could not believe that.
That probably would have been Iceborg. They've done a fantastic job with the graphics over on the Jamal Jabari stream, and I would imagine they had some hand in that graphic. And it was a great graphic, absolutely wonderful. Shout out to Liquipedia, that I still don't think has yours truly and Nose Dude on as the hosts of the grids. They just have all the other casters.
It's
unbelievable.
I can't believe it. And I think Sonic's chance to beat Envy is coming past. I think Envy just woke up and I imagine they're going to wipe the floor with Sonics for the rest of the series. I don't know about you, but
playtime's
it's my
over.
2 cents. Yeah.
No time, no goals between Ghost and the Pittsburgh Knights. We heard from one of our producers in the back. Imagine adminning tournaments and not having your name on a page. Yeah, I know. You get shouted out enough. You're fine. You don't want people. I think if you're an official of any kind, I don't think you want people to know who you are sometimes. Fans are fanatical at times. It's kind of part of the name.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely true. Sonics do pick up 1 goal, and there's still time on the clock. I don't even know. This one kind of.
This is a very goofy goal.
Yeah.
Wait, did he turn away from this? Oh, he got spun out.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's rough.
Speaking of admins, I do know one admin that has a Liquipedia page, who also has a player page.
Who's this?
Yeah. I don't know who ran a tournament like last year.
Yeah, so Dazarin.
Yes.
We mentioned last week that I think Bob does have for Continuum. I think Bob has higher career earnings than you. When are you coming for that crown?
Ah, man, I feel like Bob. Yeah, you're right. Bob may have more earnings than me, but I feel like for me, you got to start somewhere, and I started with Bob, so I feel like that says a lot. And I feel like just how like a lot of these players take a bunch of matchups and they understand their potential. I do that as well. I feel like Bob played close with NRG today, so I feel like I can play close with NRG in the future. So I think that it's just only a matter of time. Right now, we're just taking it slow, playing in the field. We're getting our wins there, getting the recognition there, and then who knows what could happen after that. It's just all a matter of time.
Yeah. So you heard it there, chat. Dazarin thinks he can hang with NRG. No problem at all. Just it's NRG. Bunch of washed guys. Dazarin can beat him. He can run with them.
This has been fascinating, but while that was happening, I believe JNAPS dunking G2 into their own net to make it a 1-goal game with 20 seconds. That was some stellar gameplay from the G2 gamers.
Yeah, you saw the graphic come across for E United, all the player profiles. Tristan with a big smile on his face as always. Ajax, yeah, just his stoic look. The only one who's actually smiling in those 3 photos is Wonder Mike. Of course.
He's such a happy
Are they
guy.
going to do it? They are not going to do it. Okay.
JNAPS gave you a chance.
They tried.
Threw it away.
Yep, JNAPS giveth and taketh away. G2 managed to hang on. So where do they go? They go 2-1 out of a group that, again, everybody was 1-1 coming into this round. So lots of movement in Group C in these final couple of matches.
Let's see, still a 1-goal game between Sonics and Envy. Again, that one trying to keep an eye on. Alpine, it's a 1-goal game.
Sorry, I didn't realize KCP, they're on match point already. That happened way quicker than I expected.
Yeah, Alpine has not had a good series, which is becoming more and more common lately. They're at least hanging around here in Game 3, but yeah, that second game was not close.
No. Pittsburgh Knight and Ghost. That's 0-0 at 3 minutes. Ghost up in the series. Ooh, top
hello.
right.
Sonics. Sonics right back in it. Right. If the Sonics can pull this off, I mean, you talked about it earlier, Daz. They have been world beaters. Never mind. Yep, never mind. Oh yeah, the Susquehanna Sonics, everybody. Let's talk about the 4-time champion Turbo Pulsar. Thank you, Turbo.
It's a bump play. I think there's 2 players bumped there. Either 2 or 1, but Mist just went to the net and he cleared it like easy breezy for Turbo. So, but Alpine get a tying goal, so they're still fighting. And Knights actually just scored as well. We had 2 goals scored in the same time here, and for Knights that's big because remember they are down in the series.
Oh, that is a pretty teardrop shot that puts the Knights ahead of Ghost Gaming in a game they have to win. Alpine needs to win this game to avoid dropping down into that bottom 4 spot. Everybody, well, we could say they're trying to avoid Jamal Jabari. They went 0 for everything last week, got Jamal Jabari in the first round, and swept them. So who knows? Maybe Alpine is looking for a repeat with JJ.
Is that just the new strategy? Let Jamal Jabari go 3-0 and then tank in groups to match up against them.
You know, tanking's a very viable strategy in the NBA. Just look at all the teams that have turned their franchises around. Sheesh. Yes.
The dude with the nose watches basketball.
I know, right?
No shot.
We were getting ready to gear up for that KC Pioneers Alpine series, and then KCP has just taken the lead. Almost the same time Turbo gave Envy the lead against the Sonics, and with 17 seconds left, Alpine yet again looking at 0-3.
All according to their plan stats.
Oh my
Never mind.
goodness.
Never mind. Yeah, interesting by Rapid. I don't know. A lot of misreads going on from KCP. Interesting.
Defense.
Sure, yeah. Not sure if
4-4.
KCP want to do that.
9 seconds left. Turtle and FDOT over on the Alpine Esports stream. Will we have an overtime in this absolutely wacky series? Yes, we will. Let's listen in.
Can you imagine we cast it like that?
And here, Magic Bear, above 1. Just like
Okay,
that.
flip reset. I don't know why I'm hyping up the other team. Why am I doing this? Wait, it's kind of working though. Should I jinx them? What if I jinx KCP? Like if I'm like, oh my god, this looks so good for you know what I mean?
Yo, Kansas City definitely gonna win this
Dude,
game.
I love Kansas City so much.
Kansas City rules.
Best team in North America. Oh my
Best
goodness.
barbecue sauce comes from Kansas City.
Memory, look at these clears out from Kansas City. Nobody can match them. They're just so good at Rocket League. Like the plays we see develop out of KCP, absolutely fantastic. Just truly something on another level.
Rapid's like the best player of all time. Like,
Agreed. That is such a bold statement, but something that's so correct. And it almost... Okay. I really thought we had something for a second. Oh, wait. Keep going, keep going. What a challenge for Memory. We love to see Memory.
No. Homie in the middle. Homie in the middle. Homie in the middle. Homie in the middle. It's Jordan, and it's Magic. I got excited.
We're getting close. We're getting close. Nice little pop-ups from Alpine in the midfield. I like the setups, the ideas, and we have more aggression. Double tap attempt from beast mode. Hit wide. Still no sweat. Still no sweat, I thought.
I don't know, a little sweaty. Okay, I'm not that sweaty. It's really cold here, actually.
I wish it was freezing in my room, man. We just talked about this. I'm moving my setup so that I can handle the heat from Percy in OT with the double tap that I wanted to see earlier on. He's going to redeem himself in this game.
Look at this.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Zoom in.
Oh, I like the dribble idea. It didn't work, though.
Ooh, good shot by Percy to get it out of there for a moment. That was a decent clear. This is bad from Jordan.
It's not the worst, actually. He was able to recover and get a full boost. If that boost wasn't there, then I would agree with you. Oh, my goodness.
I was just worried it gave Orange such a good opportunity, like the bounce off that corner.
No, you're right.
It was
I think
scary.
it's just a little bit difficult, though, because that pass couldn't come direct, so he had to go to
Yeah.
the backboard, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think he had a choice. It wasn't like he made the wrong choice. It was just like, it was bad for, like, you know, giving a good angle to the opponent. Tough stuff.
Kind of like, you know, when you're playing pool and like you gave them a good opportunity, but that was the only shot you had, you know, like.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
KCP though, they're getting in front of everything we have out of defense.
Oh, no. Oh my God, Magic Bear.
Holy.
Playing rugby out here.
Freaking out, man. I'm not gonna lie. Freaking out. That's a double commit.
No, we're good. We're just gonna go to the left.
After don't do this to me, man.
I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about?
Don't. Just
I'm
whatever
not
you're
doing
doing, Magic Bear, please keep doing it. That's such a lovely clear.
Let's go, T. Corral!
Yes! I don't know why you're saying that, but...
Like, maybe it'll, you know, play the
like
other way.
something to balance it out with the caster curse that we've had all day.
Yeah, like if we caster curse the team we just played.
Stop! Dude!
That wasn't me! He's not even on the team!
I know, but oh my, yes. GG's dropped in the chat.
GG's.
Oh man, it has been a frustrating day. I'm like, I never thought I could get tilted as a caster, but after watching today and like these games,
tilted, dude.
they have been frustrating. They have been frustrating to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
What if we casters curse the team we just watched? Well, the team you just watched, the Sonics are doing okay. Oh boy. Turtle and F-Dot. If you want to see more of F-Dot, tune in this weekend over on the B stream for the RLCS X Games NA Regional. And you can also catch some of Dazarin as well. And, you know, more importantly, me. We got 2 matches going on here with the Sonics and Envy. Ghost Gaming and the Pittsburgh Knights have gone to Game 5, and without any more divine intervention from Turbo God Pulsa, we may see another go to Game 5.
Caster's Curse not quite working as Sonics are up by 1. But Pittsburgh Knights and Ghost, this has been a very close series, but I think that's about to be expected. I think in my
There's
mind.
Jay. Jay Russ, or Jay, getting the little goal steal at the end from T.
J to T to J.
Yeah. I don't know why T. Corral and Shock haven't, like, embraced this.
Lord knows we're going to be saying alphabets as we cast our games. I understand Jacob has been, you know, he's gone through a lot of names. His name used to be Chicken. Then I think it was Murphy. Then it was J. Russ, and now it's Jay. I would just rather one player at a time, please. One player at a time.
I mean, what's wrong with that, D?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's like almost, that's worse than Days.
Days is pretty good.
It's just not good at all, but okay.
No, I think it's really good.
I disagree heavily.
Okay, well, you know, matter of perspective.
All right, this one looks like it's going into Game 5 though for Sonics. Meanwhile, Game 5 between PK and Ghost Gaming, no one's been able to score. I really wonder if Ghosts are going to get reverse swept here.
How come Dazarin's doing our job?
He's better at it than I am, so go ahead, please.
Oh, sorry.
Go right ahead.
Just a habit.
Just go right ahead. So, what are we looking at here, Daz? You know, okay, I'll be the sideline reporter. I'm going back to you, Daz.
I'll go all in on this. Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Okay, so right now we're looking here at Ghost versus Pittsburgh Knights. So again, Ghost had a very good start to this series early, but they seem to have dropped momentum. They haven't been able to do anything. I think a lot of the goals that scored in the lower half of the game, especially from PK, they had some really clutch ones at the end. Took out a lot of momentum here from Ghost. And I think that they're struggling in terms of getting back into really the field. Like, look at that touch that you saw right now. I think that was from Freshness. He just knocks it away to no one while a double commit happens in midfield. Communication is at a breakdown here. Meanwhile, PK are on that momentum. Dude with the nose, you are a former professional Rocket League player. Tell me about momentum in a series when you have to come back. And look at that, there's a goal from Sosa.
Oh my goodness. Guys, you're so good at this. It bewilders me. It's crazy. Now, communication to come back in a series, you're asking the wrong former pro. There's a reason I'm former. I never solved it.
Oh.
But,
well,
I mean, it's tough. You know, emotions get real low. Everyone gets super quiet and emo, and things spiral out of control. think
you
what's
gotta,
kind of
you
important.
you gotta know your co-host. You gotta know your co-host, Daz. You know,
yeah.
Like I asked Nose Dude questions like, hey, how do you get prepared for a series when you're down at the bottom of the standings? That sort of thing.
I can answer
You gotta know where he has the experience.
Okay. I have a question. Okay, I have a better one. So, from the Ghost Gaming perspective, how does it feel to be reverse swept and honestly just have nothing else you can do about it here? Because like as you look, it's gonna happen. They're not scoring a goal here. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yeah. So what happens is 2 of the members on Ghost, they're without
Oh my
a doubt.
god, they scored a goal.
Oh, okay.
You're fitting in real nice here, Daz. You, Cole, and Stumpy would make one heck of a TriCast. Yeah, just there's no chance. I don't see I don't see Team BDS conceding a goal whatsoever. And then the Giants literally score 2 seconds later. Kickoff goal opportunity, not so much. Let's go over to Daz. Let's go over to the Pittsburgh Knights stream and listen into the finale.
The Knights, they love their kickoffs. Can they get control? They can. They'll fall straight down, though. Mektos can clear it to the side. It's not over yet. Lost a little bit of pressure out midfield there with that rotation back, so the Knights will have to try from their own end. Rodoko's going to be able to play for a little bit here. Smart slowdown from ZPS. Without boost, he got the boost steal, though. That actually will buy us a little bit more threat to our offense.
ZPS just disrupting. Hey, he even gets a demo before he exits the scene like a little criminal, but the Knights can also just keep playing in the zone. I mean, Ghost Gaming just kind of conceded possession there. ZPS getting fancy with the carry. Rodoko with a speedy mid push, but this Knights getting, some potential. Sosa's still in enemy lines, but Lion Blaze carries it forward. ZPS already contesting that as the first goal, any goal in this game 5 will end it. As Sosa with a long clear, and I think Ghost Gaming at the fallback. It was like, oh wait, how? There's so much commitment
I looked away
in the
for
air.
a second.
Sosa pitched. Yeah, I know, it went so quickly.
Oh, what a pass. What a beautiful pass. That placement, too. That was clean. And the Knights are going to take it against United.
I wish they'd opened our mics just like 2 seconds earlier. That's just like, ooh. Like, yeah, that was a shot that would elicit that reaction. Sosa with 2 big goals to save the Pittsburgh Knights, and then this goes in off of shock. Okay, sure.
Oh, I love that we caught that.
Look at this. This is pinpoint.
Oh, rough
stuff. Sonic's still alive here in Game 5.
Yeah, thanks to Atomic.
Sure. You know what? Atomic, one of the best assist men in North America. Sometimes he just has to help out the other team. Simulated danger. I mean, Envy isn't actually going to give up a tying goal here, so you don't have to worry about it.
Saying that kind of early, Stacks. I don't feel too comfortable.
I know. Well, when Atomic scores here, Okay. It looked good. It looked good for a moment, okay?
Stack said his envy bias casts are showing. He was doing that envy grid.
I am not a biased person at all. I don't know where you're getting that.
I've heard that about you.
Oh,
what?
Missed. What a
How
save.
does he get down for that?
What a save. No, let me clear the air here. What's this nonsense about me being biased?
Oh, I was just saying because you did the envy grid.
Yeah.
Last split, so.
Okay. I mean, you would know because you do the NRG grid, so like you actually are biased. Nose Dude down there.
I guess.
Very biased.
No, I don't know why you would say
no. Oh, by the way, Daz, you should have seen how quickly Nose Dude jumped off the NRG bandwagon last week. They got swept, and he's like, "All right, let's go, Envy."
Wow. Unreal.
Yeah.
New topic?
Trevor,
is that a disownable offense? Like, can you disavow Nose Dude as an NRG fan?
I think I could ban him from the Twitch chat, actually.
Don't do that. Come on, man. We're co-commentators. Can't do that.
Wow. I guess it just depends on what kind of.
Oh my goodness. How
save.
did that not go in?
Decent.
30 seconds.
Ooh, they almost got locked up on the corner there.
This is close.
It says, hey, we knew that this series was going to be a lot of fun, and it literally has come right down to the wire in Game 5. And hey, with the Sonics, they could certainly use these points just as a little bit of a buffer as they go into the final day of the grid. Nothing doing.
They threw the ball away. They had everybody moving downfield, and they tried to go for a quick shot, and it was a good clear out. Couldn't recover in time. So,
they just didn't want it, man.
Yeah, they just didn't want it enough, so they threw it away. That's good analysis.
That's why I'm here. You don't think I'm actually here for actual analysis? You kidding me? That's why you two are here.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
It's something that, I don't know, I see it way too often. It's brutal, but as soon as you get control of the ball, like even at a pro level, so many teams just get panicked and slam the ball away. I do not understand. It infuriates me to no end. Just stop, please. I beg.
What was that with the bobbleheads?
They're like the G2 stream. I think
Yeah,
that was Athena and Orb.
Yeah.
Which is, okay, weird, but all right. We had some streaks continue. Envy never lost to the Sonics so far this season. That continues to now 7-0. KC Pioneers now 5-0 against Alpine. And they've had some pretty lopsided scores. What is it now? 7 games in a row that they have won against Alpine Esports. At least. Not pretty. But we do have our final grid standings through the group stage. And what a night it has been, with Jamal Jabari taking and retaining their unofficial world championship. They're very proud of that. They'll go in as a top seed, as will Rogue, as will Team Envy. And there you see it. Group C, the Pittsburgh Knights barely taking a top seed in that group that was an absolute cluster. I mean, that group was a mess coming into this final round.
Looking at all of them, I want to say that Group A especially, a lot of people came into this bracket and said that was the group of death. And I think, kind of lived up to the expectation. But Group C, I'd say competitive-wise, was probably the closest one for me.
Yeah, I think if you just kind of look at the almost name recognition of Group A, you think clearly Space Station ends up on top. Like, that's obviously not what happened, but it doesn't look as even to the eye, whereas with Group C, just off that initial first glance, I can for sure agree that it looks like all those teams can easily take games off each other.
Looking specifically down at Group C, the Pittsburgh Knights getting 20 points out of the night, where E United only got 10 points. That means they're going to be dead even at 80 points each going into tomorrow's playoff bracket, where again, they're right around that 9, 10, 11 spot. Top 10 retain their spot for the grid in the spring split. So those two teams, opposite ends of their group. And it will all come down to at least tomorrow night, and maybe, who knows, another playoff tiebreak. I think it was E United was involved in one, unless my memory is wrong, in the fall split. That is what our bracket looks. Oh my goodness. Jamal Jabari got Alpine again.
Wow.
Oh no.
Bro, NRG, Envy, SSG, all on the same half of the bracket.
A lot of these round 1 matchups are actually really, really close. I think in the past we've talked about how Charlotte Phoenix traditionally have a pretty good record against Space Station. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. KCP in version 1, I think that's going to be a banger of a matchup. Same goes for Rogue and the Peeps. G2 and Sonics could be close, but I mean, I think most would say it's fair to say G2 probably have a decent edge in that matchup.
Wow.
All very, very decent round 1 matchups, I
If
think.
you're down in the bottom half of that bracket, like if you're a Knights or Pioneers, even version 1, still looking for points just for security's sake, you're looking at that top half of the bracket and going, whew, Okay,
Yeah.
especially if you're the pioneers of version 1, because you could get to the semifinals and still, you know, be avoiding teams like Rogue, the Peeps, G2 and Sonic. Sonics have been very hot in this in 2021 so far, and all of this feeds into the regional this weekend on Saturday too. So you know, there's a lot of momentum to be gained tomorrow night during the playoffs. Daz, I'm going to turn to you real quick because I got to ask somebody their opinion other than myself. It can't just be me, the Stacks talk show all night. What matchup are you looking forward to the most? Doesn't have to be a first round match, but a potential match out of that bracket, perhaps.
Man, so there's a lot going on here with this particular bracket. I think for me, it's man, in the first round, KCP versus V1 is definitely going to be an interesting one for me because, like, especially if Torment had the day that he had today, according to you guys, I think that's one to look out for. I think Ghost had a pretty good day overall too, so I do want to see how they fare against NRG. I honestly like. I'm really interested to see how far NRG make it in this bracket tomorrow, and that's coming from NRG fanboy number 2 here. I like they start off the day with Ghosts, and I'd say Ghosts are around the same level as Sonics right now in terms of how they're competing. So Sonics knocked out NRG last round. If NRG don't step up, then we could see them out early once again, and I hate to see it, but it could happen. So I mean, besides that, like there's still a couple of other ones, but those are definitely my 2 to look out for.
Well, we know you're gonna. I mean, we know you can run with NRG, of course. You can play with them. You can hang with them. So we will see. Nose Dude, any matchup you're looking forward to tomorrow in particular?
I've got to agree with version 1 in KCP. I think that's going to be a fantastic matchup to watch. Besides that, Rogue and the Peeps, I think, has a very high potential if Peeps show up in their kind of form last week where they took it all. If they look like that again, it's going to be a very, very fast matchup. A lot of aggression between those two teams.
I'm also looking forward to seeing how NRG performs tomorrow, Daz. As much as I give you a lot for it, we're going to be tuning in to NRG Mission Control tomorrow. Daz, thank you for stopping by with us here on the grid. Where else can we find you here throughout the next week? And what do you got coming up down the line here? I'm sure you got something brewing over there.
He knows me well. He knows me well. Obviously, guys, you can follow me on Twitter. My @'s below @IDazzer, and on Twitter, I have an announcement coming tomorrow, actually. So you got the announcement. I didn't want to do one, but I think it's ample time. We got everything ready. So that's one of many things that's the one that I can at least talk about for now, and it will involve a lot of talking. So that'll be the little hint there. But otherwise, you'll have to wait and see for everything coming up soon.
All right, there you go. Twitter /iDazzerin for the big announcement coming tomorrow. Daz, thanks for stopping by. Thank all of you for stopping by as well here for day 1 of our final week of the North American Grid playoffs tomorrow night with our special guest TK Breezy. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you then. So long.
The top 16 teams from Europe and North America. 8 weeks of non-stop Rocket League. Catch every match and stay on top of the latest scores and standings all in one place. This is The Grid. Overtime.
Archer just taking his time, a midfield pass play, and they hit it! Mode again, looking for another reset. We'll get a beast mode! What are you doing?
4 of the top brains in Rocket League will guide you through all the excitement, stories, and upsets.
Yep, the winner sheet's all ready.
He's got a weird childhood. I'm going out, I can't talk anymore.
So finally, Ajax will shoot, he scores!
That's the flip, can he get it? Can he get the double bonus?
And it'll all be streamed live on the official Rocket League Twitch and YouTube channels. The Grid. Overtime.
Never